hit that share, hit that subscribe button. This is the continuation from the Bootsy interview. That was a powerful. I didn't know Bootsy was coming like that. I didn't know Bootsy was coming like that. He might have danced around a few things, but he still was able to get it in. He might have danced around a few things, in my opinion, but he was still able to get it in. Now we about to kick this thing off again. You know, and we about to kick this thing off again. And we're about to hit another Chakra Dr. Jam. Yeah, that was a quick one. That was a real quick one. You know, that's a little quick hour. You feel me? You know, give it to him. We're gonna have another one. You know, we're gonna have another one. We're gonna have them on. And I'm about to play one of these Chakra Doctor jiggity jams. Let me see where I'm at. What y'all feel like? Y'all feel like hearing something. I know what I feel like playing. Here we go. Everybody come on back in, man. Y'all like, y'all share, y'all subscribe. We about to get it in with TERA Chantelle Horn. We about to pop it off with her. I'm in here. Boom. Got to finish watching that one. Yeah, I'm in here. Play the one about peace. Oh no, I'm not playing. That's copywritten. That was copywritten, man. That's copywritten, man. They be hitting me with the heebie-jeebies with the copyright. You feel me? Oh, I know what I'm about to play. Here we go. This for all my gods and goddesses out there. If you consider yourself a god, like Psalms 82:6, if you consider yourself a god or a goddess, like John 10:34, then this song is for you. Let's get it. Hold up. What up? Hold up. What up? Yo, I'm back to cut. What up?
Bitch and God, generator, organizer, and dispenser, and creator. Bitch and God, originator. Coax Satan, this been crazy since creation. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. Call me Yahweh, I'm your savior. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. Call me Allah, I'm the greatest. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. Won't you come and meet your maker? Bitch, oh God, bitch, I'm God. All I need is your praises. Amen. Bitch, I'm God. Go ask your preacher. Go ask your imam, ask your rabbi, ask your deacon. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. You gotta see me. I'm that light that's shining on you. I'm the reason you grinding. Day or night I be shining. You can't look in my face because my glory will blind you. And I heard you was lost, but I'm so glad Prophet found you because I'm getting so high. I got them going underground. My name Demon. Bitch, I'm God. Generator, organizer, and dispenser, and creator. Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God.
TERA Chantelle Horn, I see you. Say hi to the people in the comments. We letting the intro song come in, and we about to get it popping, Queen.
Originator, go ask Satan. It's been crazy since creation. Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God. Call me Yahweh, I'm your savior. Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God. Call me Allah, I'm the greatest. Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God. Won't you come and meet your maker? Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God. All I need is your praises, amen. Bitch, I'm God, I'm the Alpha and Omega. I'm the ancient of the days. I'm the Rahman Rahim. Man, you don't know where I come. You don't know from where I came. All you know is I am one with many aspects, different names. Then one day the thought formed into a word inside my brain. Then I said, let it be. Then next thing I heard a bang. Then I split up into infinite dimensions for the change. Now we're all interlinked. We are all one and the same. Even went a little further and I played a little game. And I made a spirit realm of multiple infinite beings. And I gave them all a sign and a name and a purpose and a will. And I let them go their way. If you want your greatest version, then this game you gotta play. Incarnate into the third dimension, illusion begins. If you make it through your level, find your way back to me. You could be your own creator, one day like your mama be. All Bitch, I'm God. Generator, organizer, and dispenser, and creator. Bitch, I'm God. Originator. Go ask Satan, it's been crazy since creation. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. Call me Jesus, I'm your savior. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. I'm Muhammad, I'm the greatest. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. Won't you come and meet your maker? Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. All I need is your praises in me. All I need is your praises in me. All I need is your praises in me.
Yo! Infinite love, eternal truth, and peace be to you. I come to you in the name of the Creator, guide us through the precious elements of fire, earth, air, water, and ether. I am your host, Reverend Rance Dunbar, the Chakra Doctor. Y'all just heard me and Bootsy Greenwood was just talking about magic. Man, it was a powerful conversation, man. I didn't know Bootsy was coming like that, man. But definitely a powerful conversation. And without any further ado, we about to get this next conversation blazing. So the next person that I'm having on is a person, a black queen, black goddess. You already know that I've been promised y'all that she was gonna be on, but Facebook, YouTube try to throw me in jail and lock me up with the king. They try to lock me up. They say, no, you can't have a whole motherfucker. I was like, nigga, all right. I'm going to be back. I'm going to spin back around the block. I put my head low, and I said I was going to come back, and I'm going to spin back. So I spin back around the block, and I got that Draco, whop, and we about to go, and we about to get that yop stick, and we about to talk about, these table topics, you feel me? We about to get, we about to go up, we about to go down, we about to go left, we about to go right, we about to go everywhere because the earth has 4 corners, you feel me? And so we about to touch it in. And so I decided to name this Desire, Faith, Love, Sex, Romance, Enthusiasm, and Hope after the book, Think and Grow Rich. And these are the 7 major positive emotions in the book, Think and Grow Rich, so much so that I got faith, love, and sex tatted on my lips with desire, faith, hope, and enthusiasm tatted in my face. And I was in the streets when I got there. I was a street nigga and got there. That's how strongly I was speaking myself into existence. So without any further ado, we about to lay up there and talk about these topics. And we about to lay up there and go a little bit more deeper. And we about to talk about everything y'all want to talk about. So all questions are welcome. Do not be shy. This person is an up and down, straightforward, blunt, honest person. I feel him in my eyesight. So, keep it gangster, keep it real, keep it respectful, and everything gonna happen, man. So without any further ado, TERA Chantel Horn is in the building. I'm about to add her to the stream right now. Booyah! What up?
Oh, what's poppin'?
What's poppin'? You in the building? How you doing? I finally got you in the building.
Yes, wonderful. How y'all feeling?
Oh man, we just got out of a great, wonderful talk about with Mr. Bootsy Greenwood, Owen Hunt. Not the actor Owen Hunt. That's why he called himself Bootsy Greenwood, because they always be confusing him. But talk to this brother, this Caucasian brother about magic and black magic and where does magic come from, and we talked about do you know that all things are derived from Africa, and we talked about what do you think magic is, and things of that nature. So that was a great conversation that we had with Mr. Greenwood, and so I definitely already know that it's about that was just a vibe, like, so I'm not that just like that got cut off. And I went straight to this one, and I set them like that so that the magic could just carry over and spill over into, this room right here with you and I, because we're about to talk about different aspect of what I call magic, right? And then I named this I named this Desire, Faith, Love, Sex, Romance, Enthusiasm, and Hope, because they're the 7 major positive emotions. But before we talk about that, please give yourself, I'm about to give you the solo, and please, do your spiel, you feel me? Here you go.
Oh, do my spill. What's poppin', family? It is Tera Chantel. I am the host of Take the Lead podcast. I am the author of Self Love Manual. I am the mastermind behind Bag Talk Session. I am a self love advocate, a spiritual activist, and I believe it all starts with us. How we must have a healthy relationship with ourselves first and foremost. Because if we don't, then that's why we have a lot of toxicity. This is why we run into a lot of toxic relationships, because we haven't been taught about loving ourselves, owning ourselves, and stepping into our power. This is what I teach. This is what I live by. And this is what I stand on, is loving ourselves, because this is how we should operate. And now I'm able to have such healthy relationships with other people because I first took the time to, marinate all the juices within myself. So I just thank you so much, Doctor, for this opportunity. I'm super excited. I know we about to talk some magic to the people today.
Right. We about to talk some magic to the people today. And so, what is your zodiac sign? Where are you from? I know they got a lot of men who follow me, so they definitely want to know where she from. What's her zodiac sign? You feel me? And let the people know that, because we just got through talking about astrology and how important the zodiac sign was and everything like that.
Oh, that is super dope. My birthday is actually coming up. It is October 16th. I am a Libra goddess, baby.
Happy early birthday. Happy early birthday.
Thank you. So I feel like I have a lot of goddess Mahat energy within me, because I live by justice. I stand on truth, and I stand on integrity as well. And I have a Libra rising, a Libra sun, and a Pisces moon. So we really intuitive.
A Libra sun with a Pisces moon and a Libra rising, right? Just double. And so I'm Aries, and you put Libra and Aries together, and you got the library. So we about to crack open the libraries, and we about to get into the business of it, and let's talk about it. So the first question that I have to ask you is, before we begin, where can the people find your Instagram? Where can the people find your main platforms where they can come and follow you and contribute to what you're doing in your movement?
Tera Chantel on all platforms. TERACHANTELLE. It's spelled right there.
Right
so
there.
We can connect. Right. We can connect on all platforms. Twitter, I be hanging out over there. I hang out on Instagram. I hang out on TikTok. I hang out everywhere. So just catch me while you can.
Catch it while you can. All right. So now we always like to let people get a plugs in the beginning, because people attention spans, you don't know how that shit go. So you wanna make sure that they get it in the beginning. You feel me? Because people be wanting to do stuff and be like, shit, I gotta move, I gotta do this, whatever. So desire. What is desire, first and foremost, in your interpretation of desire? I'm about to get Webster. I'm about to get Webster on Google, right? I'm about to look at the definition of desire.
Okay.
And then I'm about to see how close your interpretation of desire comes to the definition.
Bet.
Right? You bet not cheat. Look, you look at that. Who you looking at? You bet not cheat.
Oh, I'm not looking.
Okay. You bet not cheat. All right. So what is your definition of desire?
My definition of desire is actually doing what you want within yourself. Whatever is boiling up for your wants and what you like to do, it's just all based on your personality and what traits you have within yourself, and actually taking action and executing on that within you.
Okay. And so, but there's one word, there's one adjective that makes a desire different than just the everyday want.
What is that?
Want a lot of, right? Strong. It's a strong feeling of want. It's a strong feeling of want. It's a strong wish, something that you really feel strongly about, right?
Yes.
So so you got it on the head. You feel me? It's a deep want. So now the question is that, at this point in your life, what is it that you desire?
What I desire in this life is my freedom.
No, like right now, you're in your zone, you're in your lane, you're doing what you do right now. I'm talking about I need these desires to happen before Christmas. I need these desires to happen 2021. I need these desires to be like right, like I need this, and this. All right, and then that's gonna cap my 21 off. Like that's gonna send me into 22. That's gonna send me into 22 on my 22 shit.
It will still be freedom. It will still be choosing my creative freedom, my soul freedom, my financial freedom. Everything that relates to freedom is what I am here and destined.
So do you feel are there ways that you don't feel free?
Oh, I'm solely in that. No, I feel so free, but I want to continue to be more liberated in that truth. I want to continue to just be my authentic self and not care if anybody don't accept me. I feel like that's our power. We came here to be ourselves, but sometimes we play small because we want to get along with other people and we want other people to understand us. Everybody's not going to understand you or see your vision. And it's about you standing in that truth for yourself.
That's so. Somebody said, what she said, Dominique, any advice for how a damn near asexual, sapiosexual can navigate this world, which has such a sexualized mindset?
Oh, I love this question.
My audience be litty. Yeah, they be coming with it. So, speak on that. Hey, before I get into my next question for you, somebody in the comments had a question. And any advice for how a damn near asexual, sapiosexual can navigate this world, which has such a sexualized mindset?
I got this one, doctor, because I'm actually.
Hold up. Let me go on solo. Go ahead.
Because I'm actually asexual as well, and I believe I have a sapiosexual mindset. That's the
hold on. What is asexual first and foremost? Because y'all, they got so many different sexuals. I don't. I'm from the Bible days. I'm the Reverend. I'm from the Bible days. Adam and Eve. Kings, King David. Under these type of things. So. Asexual and the bisexual and the C-sexual. You might miss me right quick. So, get me up to speed. Let me go look up. Let me get him out. Keep talking. I'm sorry.
Yes. I will tell you, asexual is when you are not participating in sexual activity with other people, especially like this hookup culture that we're so used to being into. Like, everybody's mostly operating very, very easy right now. All you got to do is know somebody's Zodiac sign and people just spread ego and bust it wide open. So I'm not moved off of sex.
And where is this part? And where is this happening at?
Where you said where is what happening at?
Like this. Where I'm talking about? Where are you at? Like where are you located?
I'm in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, you already know it's going crazy.
Oh, right, absolutely. HIV is going crazy out here. So when you are asexual, you see all of the detrimental acts that sex has. Mostly people just looking at it as pleasure, but I see a lot of negative things that come from sex: unwanted STDs, unplanned pregnancies, unwanted soul ties. And that is very huge when we are operating just in a fleshly form. So asexual is really when you are keeping your body. I feel like I have adapted this trait because I've been detaching myself from my flesh for so long. So now I'm more so am asexual because I have no desire as well for marriage. So because people label me as I'm celibate, but I really don't see myself at this moment getting married, so I'm asexual and keeping my body to myself. But how to operate in this is knowing your worth and knowing that you are more powerful when you keep this sexual energy to yourself, knowing that you can create magic more so than operating and wasting your energy on temporary useless people, because that's when they will take your power. Most people get so wrapped up into.
So hold on, so you don't, so you don't believe in, you don't believe in divine masculine, sacred feminine, energies, uniting.
Yes, I believe in all that.
Okay.
All that, but I also.
But you're saying you're choosing to be asexual. So are you choosing to be asexual because of the climate in Atlanta and the gene pool in Atlanta, or you're choosing to be asexual because this is a higher spiritual thing that you wanted to, or is it both put together? Or
It's
like,
actually,
give me a walk into that.
I feel like, I really feel like I'm a black nun. Like, I'm really living for God. I'm not just talking about it. I'm not putting anybody on a pedestal but God. So how I do that is by keeping my body to myself. If I really want to do God's work and I really believe God called me for a higher responsibility. So most of the time, as women, we get very digmatized. We get distracted by the dick and we end up losing ourselves because we don't know our worth and operating at such a low frequency that sex can be operated from when you don't know your divine feminine and you don't know your divine masculine. So you just feel like we got to just bust it open to each other to feel some type of love. I disagree. I feel like it's more ways to be intimate with another soul when you are connected to yourself.
Drink to that. I had poured my wine. So when anybody say something real,
I need to get mine.
Yeah, man. A friend of mine, and I'm out here at the Garden of Eden Eco Village, man, and my friend who is selling me the place and everything like that. He makes wine, like what I mean. So I said, let me come with some wine on the show. We're gonna talk about some things. So that's definitely true. As a guru, I teach I teach the power of the sex transmutation. I teach the power as well, but I also as well teach the Tantric power and sexual retention, meaning being able to get there without climaxing, but you got to do the act in order to get there without climaxing. And this builds power as well. So I teach both sides of the spectrum simply because both sides of the spectrum are spiritual in nature. Without procreation, we're nothing, right? This is the whole key to creation. But at the same time, with overusage of values that we've put before godly principles. So remember, the Christ principles are to remain the same. If you're having sex with a person that you don't love, you're violating Christ's principles. If you're if you are having sex for the reason of just physicality, then you are missing the purpose of its creation. But I definitely always tell people, love, sex, marriage in that order. To make sure marriage is last, make sure that love is first, and make sure sex is somewhere in the middle, like your private part. And so definitely we want to move on to, so you desire freedom to continue your freedom. Are there any other desires on the table that that you are wishing for yourself or humanity, or people that what do you wish for your brand, and what do you see yourself in? What do you see yourself in the next 30 months, 2.5 years?
I don't see that far because I'm so tapped in the present moment. I feel like I can embrace the unknown and not knowing where God is going to lead me because I've surrendered to the call. So I don't even know what I'm finna do next week because I'm so open-minded and so willing to be spontaneous for whatever I'm supposed to be used for that day. So
but I'm talking about the overall, but the overall goal plan, even though we're in a moment, the capability of omnipresence and omnipotence and omniscience is to be in every moment, and every moment includes the future. And I know you don't say, oh, in the future I want to be a hood rat and I don't want to have no money. I know you don't see, like, you repeat affirmations to yourself. These affirmations that you repeat to yourself, I know they're about, you know, things that are happening or going to happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not talking about so much as, you know, specifics, but where do you see the brand? Where do you see what you're doing right now? You know, because God answers visions as well as his prayers.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are doing God's work and you got a vision, you don't think God gonna say, well, your vision is kind of, you know, important too. That's why I created you, so that we can have this relationship in his mind. So you, as your own individual creation in my likeness and my image that I gave you to be a creation, and I gave you my omnipotence, I gave you all of my godlike abilities. God, I told you in Psalms 42:6, and then I sent my son down and told you in John 10:34, and he told you. So, you know, as that ability and having, you know, that God is omnipotent capability, you know, what is the overall goal of what you as a soul are doing on the soul mission? You know, God has been speaking to you. I know you've recognized a pattern in your life of where God is taking you. Like, you know, when somebody's about to take us to somewhere, you can kind of figure out, oh, I think this is my birthday. This might be a surprise party. Or, you know, you can kind of anticipate, you know, because God don't just snap us there. God grow us there. So the direction that God has been growing you in, you know, what do you want for it overall as a desire?
Yes, I definitely write it out. It is plain. It is right behind me. I write everything down, write all the goals out. So it's definitely more so just continue to lead the way, continue to be my authentic self, and owning that and embracing my truth, because I'm really rare. Like, I realize that I'm one of one, and we all are one of one. And to know that, and to know your truth and stand on your truth is a very thing to do when you have courage in yourself. So we're going to continue to write books. We're going to continue to talk that talk. We're going to continue to make movies. We're going to continue to star in movies. Just continue to live a joyful, peaceful life.
What's your next movie?
The next movie, I really want to produce a documentary. So that's what, like, I like
documentary about what?
Spirituality, honestly.
And so in your spirituality, who is God? What is your God's name, and how do you ritualistically worship your God? I know my brother Gandhi, in India, you know, he has a few gods that he worshiped in the Indian pantheon, and my brother Muhammad in Africa, he worshiped the omnipresence of God, you know, in the way that God is worshipped in the omnipresent capabilities in Nigeria. So, you know, in God's omnipotent capabilities, how has God revealed himself to you in what form of higher power?
God has revealed through me, like living the goddess in me. I see God in you as well. I see God in other people because I have developed unconditional love.
So you just call it God. You don't got a name for it, right? My Muslim friends call it Allah. My other friends over here, call it Jehovah. My other friends over here,
I can adapt to whatever frequency anybody's on. So I'm not too big on like labeling God. Honestly, God is all and everything, the universe, the source, whatever name that fits people, we can talk about it that way. But
that's the omnipresent capabilities right there. That's called omnipresence.
Honestly, God is all and everything around me. It's not a coincidence that we here. It's not a coincidence that things move the way it is. It's all plain. It's all in the plan, and I believe that, and I just step into it.
Okay, bet. So speaking of stepping into it, that goes on the next topic, faith. You know, what is faith?
Faith is not knowing, is truly believing in what you cannot see yet. So that is faith to me. Is you
can have faith in something you can see.
The faith of when you can't see it yet. It's other people can't see it.
Think about it. I can have faith. I can see you. I can have faith in you.
Yes, you can. You can. I'm just saying for you said what is it to me, right?
Right.
So for me, faith is like believing in the unknown, believing in the unseen, believing in the seen as well. It's just truly believing.
Mm. So that is basically what it is. It says once again, the complete trust or confidence in something or someone, right? A strong belief in a religious doctrine or a spiritual practice, right? So so Webster has relegated faith to, trust, confidence, and beliefs.
Yes.
So, right. So what do you trust?
I
What do you
trust myself.
You trust yourself?
Yeah, I trust myself.
And trust yourself in nothing else.
Oh yeah, of course. Like I trust God. So
So you trust yourself, you trust God, nothing else outside of
and
God.
then that's gonna make me trust other people. If I trust myself, that's just gonna lead off to like living a great life. You first gotta trust yourself. The reason why we run into trust issues is because we don't trust ourselves or God.
And how did you learn to trust yourself?
I learned to trust myself by doing the inner work. It's like healing that inner child in us. Like our inner child is still here.
For example, how
Like
did you heal? What was one of the specific methods that you used to heal your inner child?
I'm still on this healing journey, and that is by like
you gotta let me activate your chakras. You never activated your chakras?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, girl. I thought I gave you the key. You didn't. All right, keep going. I'm sorry.
You did. Yeah, like I'm still on this healing journey, and that means like getting into solitude, like sitting with yourself. Like that is really a part of healing. Like we can't get so distracted. A lot of people can't get into our ear if we're trying to like go inward. So that's what I've been doing on this journey and really like detaching myself from the world. So now I'm like operating and not having any attachments and being so free and so open like a bird.
So you trust in yourself and you trust in God, and this is what makes you able to trust other situations, people, places, and things to do with it, to fold into the plan, right?
Yeah.
What are you confident in?
I'm confident that I am destined to live a good life. I'm confident that I am successful. I'm confident that love is all around me. I'm confident that I'm destined to have a fun, joyful life every single day.
And what would be your advice? And with that confidence, what would be your advice to girls who are suffering from confidence issues and they're trying to do it, but man, I tried this and I tried that, but it just ain't working. And Queen, what would you give that? What kind of advice would you give the woman who has tried different confidence things to gain confidence, but still suffer from the confidence issues? Or what would be your ideal, main? What would be the main thing that you consider the key to confidence?
I would tell the queens is stop trying to find love and look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. We are looking for love in all the wrong places when it first starts with you. You are the real lover that we are seeking for. We are seeking for love outside of ourselves and not realizing the true power source is within you all along. So instead of to try to search for someone else to fill you up and make you happy, you have to find the inner joy within yourself, because now you're going to be on cloud nine every time you step out the door. You are the answer. You are the solution to all of your problems. Nobody is going to save you here, Queen. The only person that is truly going to save you is you. So we have to trust that. We have to own that. And we have to have faith in that. And to know that you are so much powerful than you think of. But you have to own your power and know that you can create whatever life you want. But it first starts with knowing who you are and understanding that.
Have you ever suffered from trust issues before?
Yes.
Or confidence issues?
Yes.
Okay, and so when you just started talking to yourself in the mirror, or you read a book, or like what you started when you prayed and got on your knees, or
What I
was
did
your
was
path?
what I did was start dating myself. Is what I started being committed to myself and started being loyal to myself. And
So what you mean? You talk about like cut the world off and go into a little cocoon of just you and you?
Not necessarily cutting the world off, but choosing myself more and saying no to things that no longer serves me. I started losing taste to a lot of things like the club, eating fast food, hanging with people who are temporary. And this is when you start to detach yourself and go towards solitude. And this is when you start to physically get yourself right, like going to the gym. I started physically getting myself right. Then I started mentally getting myself right by reading. Then I started emotionally getting myself right by mastering my emotions. That's what we go wrong at as women. We so easily off the switch and not mastering the key in is our emotions. And then I started actually doing the spiritual aspect and knowing that God is so much more than the limitations that we put on God.
The master of emotions is the master of life. Life is one big emotional roller coaster, and so most definitely the way to go is mastering your emotions. But you can't master your emotions if you eat McDonald's, right? I mean, you got chemicals and things you so I heard you mention changing your diet, and so what is your diet?
I usually cook. So this week I'm cooking like kale wraps. So it's like veggie wraps today.
So like, are you a vegetarian? Are you vegan?
I don't. Doctor.
Are you? So you might go eat you a steak every now and then.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I don't eat red meat.
Are you carnivorous? That's what I'm asking you.
I don't put a label on myself this week. This week I'm eating kale wraps. So.
So hold up. So that's what I'm saying. Like you're open to eating meat.
Oh, I will eat meat if that's what I want to do today.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Just inquiring because I don't know. I never asked. Damn, yeah. What does your main diet is healthy veggie stuff, or
my main diet is like conscious eating. Like I usually cook for myself, so I know what I'm putting in. I know what seasonings I'm putting in, and if I want, if I have to do a quick meal, then that's when I will like eat out. But I go grocery shopping every week to cook for myself.
Of course, yes, that is definitely the affordable and right way to go. So next we getting into love. So, and before we get into love, and before we get into it, the question that is being proposed with the love is, what? Because they got different facets of love, not just relationships. And so, what is your greatest? Heartbreak, letdown, failure in love, and what did you do to overcome and make it out of the mud? So I'll let you get a solo on that right there. Oh, sorry. I pressed the wrong thing. Sorry. Hold up. Oh. Sorry, I pressed the wrong thing. There you go. So once again, the question is, what is your greatest failure, heartbreak, the one that just did you in, when it comes to love, and what did you do, to overcome it and turn up and not let it define your walk and your journey?
So, of course, in high school and middle school, I got my little heart broke. you know, I got my little heart broken because I wasn't aware
But we
of.
talking about that one, though. We talking about that one that made you like. We talking about the meat and potato. We talking about the Maury Povich. We talking about the Oprah. We're talking about the goddamn nabbit Steve Harvey. We talking about the Dr. Phil. We talking about the Dr. Oz. We talking about the shit that's worthy of the show. You dig?
Okay.
Not the puppy love. We talking about that one that said, and it made you learn that.
But that's real because I haven't been in a relationship since then, though. So I haven't been in a relationship in 5 years because I realized.
So you haven't been in a relationship since high school, you say?
Yeah.
Okay,
high school, college.
So high school, college. So hold on, how old are you? If you don't mind me asking, oh, that's too much to ask.
I'm young. I'm 27.
Okay, so boom. So you haven't dated since 22, right? And so what was the straw that broke the camel back that made you say, you know what, I'm tired of fucking this bullshit, and I'm gonna straighten my life up, and I'm gonna be for God, and I'm gonna go asexual and eat healthy, and I'm gonna be somebody and get my own platform. What was that defining moment of learning? Because it was an obstacle that happened in your life that made that happen, right? It was the evil in life that made that happen. So what was that evil that spurred that conscious awakening? You know, you say you conscious eating, you know, conscious, that all of the things that you're speaking about is consciousness, right? You know, asexuality, sapiosexuality, demisexuality, all of these different sexualities are, you know, conscious things. So we know you're talking on some spiritual. So what was that thing that woke you up? That evil that woke you up, and how did you overcome it?
So what really woke me up is when I lost someone very dear and close to me that I had a friendship with and a relationship with, and they transitioned up out of this matrix. So I realized that death is not a bad thing. It's a celebration. This is really when I started going towards going within.
Do you care to? Did they just die, or did they get like? It was a disease or something like that, or
they died playing basketball.
Okay, cool.
So this was probably destined, a heart failure. This was a heart failure. So of course, like me being young, I was questioning. I had so many questions. Like, couldn't this been prevented? Like nobody did the Heimlich. Like nobody tried anything. Like could the ambulance come faster? Right. But I wasn't there, so I couldn't really question God. I really had to believe that everything happens the way it should, and people are sent in our lives for a lesson.
So you love your sister, you love your friend. You know, he passes, right? And when he passes, you know, what's going on? Like what is your what place did that bring you? I know that must have been a dark. I know when my mother died on Christmas Day, it brought me to a very dark place, and that dark place had me, you know, living out certain darknesses that wasn't me, because I didn't know how to transmute and express the pain and things of that nature. So, you know, walk us through, walk us through your darkness and how you went into the light.
So while this happened, I was already like getting closer with God and started to detach myself from the crowd. I stopped partying. I stopped hanging out. So when this like big dramatic situation happened, I instantly like cried, of course, like released all the emotions. But then I didn't drink myself away. I didn't do drugs to like heal it. I actually handled this with a very sober mindset. So this made me really go inward, because I realized that this world is chasing after things. And I realized it first and foremost when my friend transitioned, that he didn't take nothing with him. So I'm like, oh yeah, this really don't matter. Like none of this matters. What really matters is love. What really matters is like having fun every day, is living in joy, is freedom, like inner peace. These things that we cannot buy is what truly matters. We are only here for a split second. So why not have fun? Like, why enjoy it? So I stopped being so interested into like chasing things and more so just like standing into stillness, embracing solitude, and just doing things that my soul has called me to do. So this went to reading a lot. This went to like spending a lot of time in the gym, like just doing things that added value to my life instead of like that will take my energy away. So I started adding energy to my life and just owning that everything happens for a reason, and the best place to operate from is in the spiritual realm.
Okay. And so love, in your projection of love, do you see yourself, or do you desire to have children and be married and, carry on the legacy of, the Horn legacy, or Terra Chantelle's, mitochondrial DNA, X chromosome legacy? What is, do you have any future projections for that? And if so, you know, give the people insight into how do you picture that happening or not happening if it's not happening.
I have no desire to bring a seed up in this chaos. We all we all we all came here without our consent, and I believe that I am not going to harm or do any wrong to my unborn seeds. So I honestly doing them a service of not adding them to this fire. So I have no desire into having kids. I'm choosing a child-free life because overall I'm going to live out my legacy for myself. I'm not going to put it on anybody else. I'm going to pull up my big girl pants and do what I got to do, what God called me to do. And I'm not going to put it on anybody else to do so for me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So with the you know in the areas of love, what is love, and what is love to you, and who, what, when, where, how, and why do you love? What is, tell us how you live out this um, hard to grasp concept, right? How do you live it out and make sure that people see that it's expressed through you?
Mm. Love is very a free forming emotions. Love has no limitations. Love allows an individual to be their authentic self without trying to change them, without trying to put pressure on them, without trying to put expectations, ownership, or possession onto another soul. A soul allows you to fly freely and be the individual you came here to be. I believe that we all came here to be an individual at the end of the day. And when you know your pathway, then now you give other people the permission to be themselves. So that is the goal for me. That is the love I give to this world, just allowing people to be them and not trying to allow them to play small, not trying to put them in a box, not telling them that they should do this, they should do that to make me happy. That is my job. That is my responsibility, that I have to cater to my emotions and not put any pressure on anybody else to make me feel some type of better about myself, to make me happy, to make me be motivated. That is what I have to do. We should embrace being self-sufficient. We should embrace being able to govern ourselves and being an independent soul that we are here to be.
Okay. Yeah. And so when it comes to, do you have siblings, brother, sister, mother, father, and things of that nature that you love as well?
Yes. I love everybody.
Would you like to give your people a shout out? Um, you know, I come in the name of infinite love, eternal truth, and peace, and I always give people their flowers while they're here. So definitely shout out to my wife. Definitely shout out to my newborn baby daughter. Love you. Shout out to all of my family out here who are watching us on YouTube. I love you. I love you more, and I love you more and more each day as I love myself. And I would definitely love to give a special love to the people who don't know how to love themselves. And the people who don't know how to love themselves, I hope you find your way to love like I found my way into love in the many multifaceted aspects of the great mother love. And so, you know, do you have any flowers you would like to give before we move forward?
Yes, my family, my friends. I want to thank you as well for this opportunity. So I just have so much love in my heart, and that I will continue to share it to the world, continue to embody love, peace, and joy every single day.
All day, every day. So now we get into desire. We did desire, we did desire, faith, we did love. Now we're up to the next one, sex. So you say you're asexual, demisexual. What you say, asexual, sapiosexual?
Yeah, how Dominique asked that great question.
Okay, so you're asexual. So she said asexual, sapiosexual. So
yeah, I would say asexual and solo poly, if we know what that is as well. That's another term that we should all like look into.
What is well, let me I can Google that. That's a Googleable term.
Yes.
That's the term you got out here. You about to make go viral on your platform.
Asexual, and I live a very solo poly lifestyle, baby.
Solo polyamorous means that someone has what an independent or single partnership I have a desire to reach a milestone with a partner. I love become more interesting. All right, so yeah, I just looked up solo poly. All right.
Tell the people.
So solo poly, everybody, is solo polyamory means that someone has, multiple intimate relationships with people, but has an independent or single lifestyle, right? They may not live with partners, share finances, or have a desire to reach traditional relationship milestones in which partners' lives become more intertwined, right? So that in the hood, they call that friends with benefits.
But how they said intimate, I have very platonic relationships, so it's no sexual intimacy that intertwines in that friendship. But yeah, I just have a lot of friends. That's literally what it is. I just have friends.
Understandable. Friendship is definitely needed in life.
Yeah.
Good friends can take you far places.
Yeah.
And so what is sex, and will you remain asexual for the rest of your life and become the new walking Queen Victoria, the new walking Virgin Mary?
Honestly, if the goal is to dodge all negativity at all costs. If I make it out of this world, like dodging all the negativity, oh yeah.
So you see sex as negative?
Oh, if I run into demon dick, yes, that's
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying, so I'll rephrase the question then. I'll rephrase the question. Is it your desire to remain asexual for the rest of life, or are you planning to at a certain time in life to become sexually active?
Well, I'm gonna be real. I actually don't know what the future holds for me, but at this moment,
that ain't real. See, I'm gonna show you why that ain't real. Because real would have been like, yeah, I plan on getting some dick sooner or later, but not right now.
I honestly have not thought about it. Like, I'm very.
I know, even though you ain't thought about it, we still know our bodies. We still know ourselves better than anybody else knows us. So if you got a burning desire to stay a virgin for the rest of your life, or if you got reserved, like, I think I'm gonna have a sexual experience again sometime before I'm dead.
Yeah, I honestly feel like a black nun. Like, I might be the Mother Terra up in.
So that's what I asked. I said, so I said, are you about to go on this journey of, you know,
that's what I said.
Remember, they got plenty of examples of gurus and gurettes who have touched this earth and refused and shunned the physical course of interactions and use that energy to ascend themselves into levitation, ascend themselves into metaphysical and superhuman capable. So when I'm telling you, when I'm talking to you about this, I'm not talking to you about this from the standpoint of, physicality. I'm talking to you from the standpoint of spirituality. Yeah. Sex is an energy. That energy is to be used. It will be used one way or the other, whether expressed physically or metaphysically, because it's a metaphysical principle. So, I'm saying, is that a desire of yours? Is that a goal? You say you write everything down. That's one of the things you wrote down? Stay celibate forever. I want to reach the goal and be the black nun, and no dick gonna touch me ever no more. Is that a goal written down in the book?
Yo, that is honestly incredible, because I really feel like I am reaching my God.
Is it written down? Is it written down in the Lamb's Book of Life?
I am gonna write a book on it though. Like real.
No, I'm saying, look, right now you said behind you write everything down. I'm looking behind you right now. On that list.
Yeah, it is there.
It remain dickless for the rest of life on there, yes or no?
Like that's a very intense. That's a very intense. I can only tell you right now, Doctor. Honestly, I am reaching like my goddess essence right here. I really feel like a superhuman, and I really.
But are you like Dominic Robinson? Shashi claimed that black nun over here.
Literally.
Wait, look how you dodged it, though. You haven't put a yes or no on it, and we the people, we're trying to find out, is this a lifetime goal?
It's a lifestyle.
Or is this just something that you're doing, and when the time is right, you're going to decide to share that energy with a significant other? Or are you saying, hey, I'm about to take this energy, nobody can ever have it else ever in life again, period, on God, until I'm dead, until I'm gone, and I will go out. I will go out being known as the Black Nun. I will go out being known as Mother Teresa, or whoever, the person that Queen Victoria, Mother Teresa, and all of the women, because they got examples of women who stayed dickless for the rest of the remainder of the season of life.
Yeah.
And they went and excelled real big old heights because nobody couldn't touch them. So, is that an overall goal and plan of yours in the sexual world? Because we're talking about sex. So is that an overall goal and plan in the sexual world, or do you plan to have sex again?
The first thing that you said, it is definitely a lifestyle. I view sex, it is such a beautiful act when it is healthy in between people, because it is a dance.
So will you partake into the beautiful act when you run into a healthy situation?
Probably not, because I believe that because I really view sex as a beautiful tool to bring the spiritual realm into the physical, because it is for procreation, and I don't want to have kids. So,
well, it's not only just procreation, like you said. That's why it's called the mystery of the sex transmutation. If it was only used for procreation, we wouldn't be able to transmute it into anything.
It's else. Right. But that's why it's so.
That's why it's so beautiful. Because
it's beautiful, but that's why it's also so powerful, because as me being a beautiful Black woman, my womb is a spiritual womb. Like, it's a spiritual realm that can bring the physical up in here. So I have to be choosy. I have to be picky. I don't need everybody.
So that's what I'm saying. Are you going to be choosy and picky, wait for the right time, or you're not going to choose and pick at all and go straight down this path of asexuality?
That's the goal, Doc.
That's the goal. That's the goal. Okay, so your goal is a life of asexuality. Now, with that being said, how in the world of sex, right? In the world of the sacred energy exchange, you know, and you said the beauty of it and all of these things. How do you think we as Black people, right, can get back into a world of healthier partnerings, healthier sex lives, and overall healthier sexual relations between, you know, within the African American community?
I love this question because I believe that you first have to have a healthy relationship with yourself, because if not, you're going to run into toxic relationship with other people. The reason why we have toxic relationships
So
is
the first
because
step in helping myself, I'm from the hood. I don't know nothing from you talking about. I just went and bought me some McDonald's. I'm eating my double burger while I'm watching Chakra Doctor right now. You know what I'm saying? I want something better for myself. But while I'm eating my McDonald's and I'm smoking my blunt and I'm drinking my Seagrams, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna tell me? And I'm sitting here with my baby and my old lady. We in the project, we cooling, we kicking it. And you know, but we just came into some knowledge that we're more than conquerors, right? And we're doing our research, you know what I mean? And you know, me and my girl is girls with we friends with benefits, but that's my baby mama, but she be tripping and woo de woo de woo. And the average, I'm talking about, we're gonna go all the way to the bottom, right? You know, what is your advice for me? I'm at the bottom, you know, I make below, I'm poverty line income. I get food stamps, I get welfare, you know what I'm saying? I hit hustles, I hit licks, you know, I'm struggling to survive. I don't know nothing about all that old spiritual shit you talking about. So what's my next move from your mouth?
Do you want it? Do you want a better life? If you don't want it, then I can't do nothing with you. I can't try to motivate you by talking to you. It's up to you. It's either do you want it or do you want that?
So no, I want it. So now,
oh, you want it?
My next, no, look. So I want a healthier sex life. I want healthier interactions. So my next action after I talk to you, like after I get off this phone, I'm on the phone with you. After I get off this phone, you know, what's the next thing I'm gonna do? I want it, but I just not educated in the tools. I want it, but just because I want it don't mean I got the habits enforced in me to make it happen. I got habits in me of pork backs and fucking liver head cheese. So how a person with me with all these negative habits would that want? Because I do want it, but what is my number one? What would be my number one go-to in your book? You know, like what my next thing to do after I get off this phone with you? What I need to go do?
The next thing that you have to do is stop listening to secular music. That's the first thing.
Boom. So the first thing that you're telling our people, that's a great motherfucking answer right there. So the first thing, because you see this Viral News Hip Hop on me. Shout out to Sam and the Viral News Hip Hop crew. Y'all go get y'all some Viral News Hip Hop merch. You know what I'm saying? They're proud endorsers of the Chakra Doctor Miracle Food brand. And so, so your first thing would be to stop listening to the hip hop or current day hip hop music right now, right? Or the rap.
Circular music that is promoting violence, promoting drugs, and promoting sex.
Okay, so ain't no more. So I can't listen to no more Chris Brown. Ain't no more Dej Loaf. You know.
Whatever.
Look, I'm right now. I'm looking at you. Look, you 27. I'm 22. I just got through listening to Cardi B, and I was just on the Shade Room, and I'm looking at you, but I want something better. And so the next thing you're telling me, all right, boom. So I can't listen to the secular music. What's gonna be my replacement? What I'm gonna listen to?
You're going to start listening to audiobooks and podcasts.
Okay,
to feed
boom.
your mind.
So I'm gonna start listening to these audiobooks. I'm gonna start listening to these podcasts to feed my mind and just keep them on repeat. You know, make sure I just do it every day. I'll make sure I just do it every now and then.
And also listen to yourself. Don't listen to nothing. Listen to your own thoughts. Listen to the mind. Listen to what are you telling yourself. People are talking very negative to themselves.
Yeah, because I live in a project. You know, I live in a project. All we know is, you know, because that's where I'm from. You know, I'm from poverty. And I know for a fact all they know is negative language, all they know is negative emotion, all they know is negativity. You know, they don't know that this is not the way. They just know that this is how we talk, this is how we walk, this is how we move, and we've been doing it. My mama did it, my daddy did it, I'm doing it. You know, and so, you know, a person like me or you know, giving them that different perspective of light of how to transition from such a life. You know, that's a great piece of advice right there that you gave them, that stop listening to the bullshit music. All right, so the next positive emotion, the next major positive emotion is romance. But we already know you already answered that with sex, because you're trying to stay sexual, trying to stay asexual poly. Hold on, asexual solo poly.
Let them know. Let them know.
Asexual solo poly. So the solo poly include any type of sexual rhetoric, like, even though we're not having physical copulation, are there mental copulations? Are there emotional copulations? And are there spiritual copulations in the form of, you know, non-touching sexual expressions?
That is what we call Platonic relationships, when you have a spiritual connection, mental connection, and emotional connection with other like-minded beings.
And y'all not having physical sex, but are y'all having phone sex? Or is it right? No, if I'm going to practice this lifestyle, I need to know how to practice it right. So if I'm practicing this lifestyle and I'm asexual solo poly, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I'm dealing with multiple different soul ties, and these multiple different soul ties are intimate.
Let me tell you my definition of solo poly. So
okay,
how I operate, because I know, like, non-monogamous way, some people think that you're supposed to have sex with everybody. So
no, I'm saying sex with everybody. I'm saying that I know they ain't gonna have no sex. I already know the sacred energy exchange is your mind, the sacred energy exchange is your spirit, the sacred energy exchange is your emotions. And I'm saying, and the physical exchange of the energy has been removed from the situation. That is understood. Now I'm saying, is there a symbolic way that these intimate feelings, these intimate mind ties, these intimate emotional ties, and these intimate spiritual ties, is there a symbolic way that you guys express it? For instance, like I said, i.e., masturbations without being in the same room with each other over the phone, making, you know, being any kind of representations of sex? Or is it simply just, you know, hey, I love you, you fine, you know, but we practicing this asexual, we not gonna do nothing sexual, and every other aspect of life, you know? So is there any compliments like, yo, you fine, that pussy look da da da, or is it no mention of sex at all, no mention of compliments or flirts? You know, give me the itinerary so I can know when a person tells me, hey, I'm asexual solo poly, because obviously if you telling me they got more people that's like that, and this is my first time hearing it, right? So give me the education on it so that I may know exactly, you know, what's going on, right? Is it completely no sexual talk whatsoever? We will not even mention a dick. We will not mention a pussy. We will not send eggplant emojis. We will not send pictures of relationships and people in memes and relationships doing some sexual shit. We're not going to get on the phone and beat our meat. Let me know how far or not far it goes.
Okay, with the solely poly lifestyle that I have chosen, I have not been intimate or serious or committed or dating anyone since I've been in Atlanta, and I've been in Atlanta for 4 years as well. So I have been strictly
understandable in Atlanta. Understandable. You forgot I just left Georgia. You know, I was just out there, and it's you know, the Frosty the Snowman with the abominable snowman.
Yeah. So I'm not even dating in Atlanta. I'm so focused on just building my platform, building my business, and collaborating with other like-minded souls. So if it's not about business, I really don't have no energy to do it. So I don't have energy to just casually date somebody.
So romance. So no, because the next positive emotion was romance. So of the seven major positive emotions, the sex and the romance. No, boom. All right. So I say romance, desire, faith, love, sex, romance. Boom. We move into the next positive emotion, which is enthusiasm. What makes you? Well, what first and foremost, what are you enthusiastic about?
Life.
What is it? Hold on. What is enthusiasm? For those who don't know, I'm listening. Like I said before, I'm eating my hot pocket. I'm looking at Chakra Dad. He came from the streets and made it out. I want to make it out just like him. I'm eating my what is enthusiasm?
Enthusiasm is to be excited just off of life, just by breathing, just by you see the sun just
excited for no reason
on this melanin. Like you just excited to just breathe today. That's how I live my life.
For instance, this whole interview, you've been mostly all smiles. Is that enthusiasm?
I'm literally embody enthusiasm.
You literally embody enthusiasm. So the whole interview, you have been one big smiling pool of positivity, right? Right. And you've been keeping and remember it's a genuine smile because we know it because your eyes smile with it. When your eyes smile with it, that's how we know it's genuine. We got the fake smile and we got the genuine smile. So enthusiasm basically is just being super excited, overwhelmingly excited about life for apparently life itself's sake. No reason. Not because I received something, not because I did something, not because I became something, not because I'm practicing something, but simply because I'm just excited to breathe. I'm excited to have my clothes. I'm excited to have my nose. I'm excited to have toothpaste. I'm excited to have a fucking bed to sleep in. I'm excited to have a friend. I'm excited to have it. I'm just so fucking excited at some normal, what a person might consider normal, mundane shit. Is this enthusiasm? People.
And it's not just no reason. You just named hella reasons right there. You named so many reasons.
Well, some people take toothpaste for granted. Some people take, some people take, beds or floors or cabinets and chairs, these everyday trinkets that we might value or devalue, we might take it for granted. Like when you sit in a chair, you're not saying, oh, thank you, chair, for letting me sit in you. As particles and atoms, you form yourself into a chair, and thank you, chair, right? We're not, they got some people who are doing that, but that's on some high level, connected to one and all shit like me. But I'm just saying, for the average person who was waking up, I remember I used to sleep in the Morero Project, and they had the sewage plant literally the sewage plant, the city sewage plant was in, the neighborhood, and you can smell the funk of everybody's sewage in the neighborhood, right? And I remember everybody in that neighborhood, I stayed back there for a little while, coming from my enthusiastic self, stayed back there for a little while, and I used to see how everybody used to wake up with a frown because of that smell. And I used to say it was because of the smell. Like I wake up with a frown too every day, unenthusiastic about life. How important is enthusiasm? How important is enthusiasm in accomplishing what you have built in your platforms? I see you got thousands of TikTok followers, and you got thousands of Instagram followers, and you're doing your thing on YouTube, and you're doing your thing on Twitter, and all of these things. So what type of enthusiasm did you employ to get yourself through those I don't know months, those I don't know days, on those days when nobody was fucking with you, but you knew this shit was just gonna pop one day, but nobody was fucking with you, nobody was giving you no views, you felt like motherfucker was getting shadow banning you and all kind of shit. Like, maybe the internet Illuminati fucking with me or not, I don't know, but I'm trying to shine some light, right?
That's all I'm trying to do.
How important was enthusiasm in getting you through, to your success?
It was truly like so important because how you said, I knew something was gonna pop off. It was just a matter of time for the world to witness this light so I can continue to shine. But it's about, who are you doing it for? Are you doing it for the followers? Are you doing it for money? I was doing it because God told me to do it. Like, God was giving me messages after messages, and I was just sharing it, and I was just pushing record, whether one person was listening or 100 people was listening, and all I was worried about is the one person that touched that day. Like, if I touch one person,
I got one view. That's all that matters.
And that's what we got to be so confident. Who is for is who is for. I don't have to push it. I don't have to put it in nobody's face. Who is for, that's the message that's going to gravitate towards. So this is really important when you are trusting the journey.
So what are there any exercises that you practice that keep you enthusiastic, or is there any foods that you eat that keep you enthusiastic, or is there anything that you listen to that gives you that energy that just make you smile all day, or what or have you just always been like that since a child, and your parents just gave you mad love, and you just, you know, and you just love yourself, and you just smiling, or what is it? Where does your enthusiastic fuel come from?
It started as a child. I always was a very happy child, and it's so important.
And your mother and your father provided that happiness? Did you come up in a single parent home, two parents in the same house, or what?
My parents are still married, and we all have the same. That's why marriage is a beautiful thing when you are bringing kids into this realm. It's a beautiful thing.
Somebody said she outsmiled my whole life in one show. She from another planet.
I appreciate it.
Somebody said I vibe with her energy hella hard, almost like looking in the mirror.
Oh, wow.
Facts put me on smile game too. We're all connected, man. Yeah, man. So definitely, so your parents, your mother and your father married, gave you this mad energy of positivity as a child, and kept you happy and kept you experiencing as a child. And this just looped itself into what we call your adulthood right now, right? Finding direction.
I always believed that I was special when I was a child. I always knew I was.
Were you told that too, or
by God?
It was just a belief.
It was a strong belief that I was destined to do what I'm doing today.
Yeah, my mom used to tell me, so it was like, okay, Mom, I believe you finally. Okay, my mom used to always tell me, and people used to always tell me, and it took me I'm the opposite. It took me so long to actually believe what everybody was telling me. Everybody tell me I was a man of God. Everybody tell me I was positive. Everybody tell me I'm more than a conqueror. I'm gonna be this. I'm gonna be that, and I'm gonna do this. And I at the time I just didn't see it. Like, nigga, what? Do you see what kind of clothes I got on? Do you see my fucked up life?
That don't matter.
My fucked up life. How would I get there? I don't see it. So, but you definitely had a positive reinforcement with both parents in the home. And how was that? How would you say that has played? Is that like a key factor in a lot of your foundational success, or what?
Yes. Having two parents in the household gave me my self-worth. It gave me the love. Usually we are seeking validation from others because our parents did not fulfill our needs. So we are seeking like a significant other that we really want a daddy. We really want a mommy. We really want somebody to take care of us. So now that I was covered and sheltered and protected, now you see why I want my freedom. Now you see why I'm very independent as a woman and as a being, because I had two parents in the household, and I feel like it plays a huge role in my upbringing. It has built the confidence, like I'm able to know the divine feminine woman and the divine masculine, how well they work together. There's no confusion of who's supposed to do this and who's supposed to do that in the household. I take it
you're a bit of a comedian. So one day I was scrolling up her timeline. I think it was a story or something, and you had the guy with the purse, and you made a mistake and called his purse a purse, and he got offended. because he says it's not a purse, right? You know, how do you feel about?
I can't. Oh, what you say?
No, all right. So you can hear me?
Yes.
All right. So, like I said before, I seen the short. It was a story, right? And how you were telling the male figure in the story that put my XYZ in your purse, and he got offended that you called it a purse, right? What is your take on this climate and agenda to have our young black men wearing dresses, our young black men wearing purses, our young black men are in a non-alpha male state. They're not the head of household, they are the tail of household. And so how, especially in Atlanta with a lot of homosexual. But I'm from New Orleans, where Decadence Festival, I'm from New Orleans where the punks are at, so I can see that's the great thing about being from New Orleans and from the gutter. Our music is made by the punks in our city. So in New Orleans we call them punks, right? And they call themselves punks. So being in Atlanta, I know that Atlanta got a lot of that sauce and that swag had dripped from that New Orleanian punk scene, because I remember at one point in time, Atlanta wasn't like that. I remember when me being the age that I am, what I'm saying? I remember when Atlanta wasn't like that, when it was Freaknik, where it was, it was Bon Voyage and all black people. It was cool. That's what black people went to go get they real sexual expression on. And then it merged into this, what people see today of this undercover brother, these guys wearing purses, these so-called rappers nowadays who are promoting this Lil Nas X lifestyle, because our kids love the rappers, our kids love the music. And so what do you feel like? Do you feel like there's an agenda to ultra feminize our black men? And if so, why are they trying to ultra feminize our black men? If you think there's an agenda to do it?
It all started because of the separation of the man and woman in the household, not together. So now these kids are easy accessible to this violent, promiscuous music that they are playing in their ear. The music is raising the kids up because mama got to work, daddy not there. And it's so unfortunate that the fathers usually are not in this household, because now these brothers don't even know how to change a tire. These brothers don't even know how to change the light bulb switch, because they haven't seen this masculine man teach. Yeah, and mama can't do it. Mama can't do it, even though mama says it's okay. I'm a single woman, but women, I really, really, really focus on the women, because I am that. We have to be choosy when we have sex with people, because this brother can just leave you. And now the child is fatherless, and it hurts the children. That's why I'm such an advocate for the children, because the children are at damage here. Because it's being stemmed down to parents not thinking, and parents are making unconscious decisions just because they're acting out on flesh.
What do you think? What do you think is the appropriate age to have children and start a family?
Everybody's not fit to be a parent. Everybody shouldn't.
But those who are fit, what do you think is the appropriate age, or what would you think might be the ideal age for a fit person, of financial stability, who wants to procreate? What do you think would be a great age, or a good age to where you say, you done been through some things in life and you're ready to handle children?
I think we should go through courses before we have kids. We need to be just how you have to have an application, you have to have a degree to work at Walmart and McDonald's. You don't have to do that being a parent. You can just bust it open and you got a baby. So we need to have precautions, and we have to have courses. We need to go through therapy. We have to like take time to become whole and develop ourselves before we have any of these kids, because we're not doing them any justice.
You know, in our Christian religion, it's backwards though. Our Christian religion teaches us to get married first and don't go through all of those things that you just say, and get married first and then have kids and all of that. Right?
But you see how I choose to live. I don't choose to live with this social
Were your mother and father
program.
Were your mother and father Christian or Muslim or any type of religion?
Yeah, they are Christian.
Okay, and so, you know, I don't know if you know, but like, you know, when I seen other Christian marriages and other Christian unions, you know, they get married first, and all of those other things have to come after, right? And then, you know, you see these big high rates in divorce and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, do you believe that, you know, a person should get married before having sex?
I don't believe that we should put marriage on a pedestal. Why is that the only goal that you have in life? Why?
Well, you know, number one, you know, empire building. No empire was built with a single parent. Single parents don't build empires. They got a lot of people who want to build empires and be like Jay-Z and Beyonce. They got a lot of people who want to be the family dynamic and follow Mother Nature. What about my naturists out there who say, I want to follow Mother Nature and be just like Mother Nature, and say, well, that part of Mother Nature I want to follow, right?
You know, I'm sorry to cut you, but I just don't understand, because a lot of women are programmed to idolize this marriage and chase after somebody else instead of like realizing that she's
no, I'm not talking about chasing somebody else.
You know, like
I'm not talking about chasing somebody else. So let me clarify my position, because I know what you're talking about. You know, you're talking about women who don't love themselves first, and then go out to look at.
Because that's what a lot of people think, that their purpose in life is to be in love and to fantasize and have this Cinderella story in their head. God called you to do magnificent things, but if you have not took the time to develop yourself, you are going to be so lost up in this sauce.
So that's what I'm saying, right? The people who are, you know, at that spiritual stage in evolution, and they want to get married. They've been through the ups and downs. They went asexual for 3, 4, 5 years, found somebody, right? They're making a conscious decision. You know, a lot of Christians, you know, especially, you know, in the church today, you know, the Bible preaches marriage. So the reason why a lot of us get married, because the Bible preaches it and we're Christians. And so that's why you want to know why a lot of us want to get married, because God said it. The God that you were talking about said get married. So now I want to, you know, for those people who follow God and say, okay, you know, God, I want to follow your plan. And if your plan is for me to get married, send me a husband my way. And if that husband come their way, right?
Yeah.
You know, and when that husband come their way, or when that wife come his way, he's been perfecting himself. He's not doing this bull crap no more. He's financially stable. He's finally worked himself into a man. He's finally worked himself into a place where he's comfortable in life with himself, and he wants to share himself with somebody, or she wants to share herself with somebody in the form of the traditional way that the Bible says, you know, get married, right? What would be what would be your advice to those who are performing with your mother and your father practice to give you such a great positive outlook on no marriage, right? The reason why you got a great positive outlook on no marriage is because 2 married people gave it and instilled it in you. So
they didn't instill that in me. I just thought.
No, I'm talking about the confidence. The confidence. You know, that's confident to say, I don't know why y'all won't get married. That's confident. that takes confidence. I don't know why y'all won't get married. You shouldn't get married. I think you need to go and take some time out and be these. So that's bold to tell somebody take some time out.
Okay. Right? No, because people don't understand. Everybody's not called for marriage. Your marriages may not be your ministry. So everybody has just been idolizing this and really getting confused.
But you know why they idolize it? Because it's the word of the Lord. Understand why they're idolizing God's word. So you can't say, hey man, be a good Christian. And when I go to the when I go look, I don't see too many presidents who are unmarried. I don't see too many kings. You don't see kings without queens. You don't see delegates the people who run in the world. Everybody, single people are not running the world. Let's get that clear. Married people are running the world. Every billionaire, trillionaire who paid the billionaire and the billionaire who paid the millionaires, the people who are truly moving and shaking this entire world are married folk with wives, husbands, kids, even, and they grew up in these regimens of man, female, getting married, under the eyes of God, indivisible with liberty and justice for all, right? In God we trust on our dollar. In God we trust on our Bible. When we hold our hand up in court, we hold a big precedence in this country over, on, and through the Bible. And so the Bible preaches that we should get married, right? I am not, I'm not pro, I am not anti. I am pro-choice, whatever you choose to do. But I am definitely for marriage, because I know that when we were married as a Black community, our death rate was down, our crime rates was down, our molestation rates were down. All of the rates that we suffer from now was down when we were married. All of the things that plague our community right now was non-existent when the Black man and the Black woman were unified as a front. So what would be your advice to those who are saying, hey, I want to follow this scripture in the word of the Lord, and I think his ministry is for me to get married. I always wanted to get married ever since I was young. I always just didn't want to have the wrong man. You know what I'm saying? But I yearned as a woman to be with another man. And I perfected myself. I got my business. I got my spirit right. I don't carry no emotional baggage. My emotions are corrected. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to just jump into anything just like you. I don't want to just jump into anything, right? What would be your advice for a woman who is trying to, go out there and make herself available to a husband, or to a person who can be a potential life partner or friends with benefit, whatever she wants, that woman wants. She don't got necessarily to be married. She wants courtship. She wants courtship. She wants to bust a nut. She wants intimacy. She wants to bust a nut in her mind. She wants to bust a nut in her heart. She wants to bust nuts all over her body. Now, what is your advice to her? She's been asexual just like you, 3-4 years, 5 years, and she's perfected herself in those 5 years. She opened a business. She's done this. She's done that in those 5 years, and now she's ready to flower her garden. Now, what would be your advice to women like that?
My advice to women is if you want to be a wife, you need to start walking like a wife. So that means not being a girlfriend, not being whatever label that you want to put on it. You have to walk like you already a wife to yourself. You have to first be a wife to yourself. You have to first be a good woman to yourself in order to operate on that frequency, because this is a frequency we're talking about.
What is a good woman? What in your book is what is your definition of a good woman, and what is your definition of not so good woman? A good woman are these virtues. A not so good woman are these virtues. Like, for instance, a good man is going to protect, serve, maintain, sustain, and provide for every woman that is in his countenance, right? That's a good man. He's going to put his neck on the line. He's going to put his pockets on the line. He's going to put his ideas on the line. He's going to put his heart, his soul, his mind, his body, just like the damn love song says. That's a good man, right? What is a good woman?
So a good woman is someone who is working on herself every single day, not waiting on anyone, understanding that she is valuable with or without anyone in her presence, to understand that she adds value to this world, and she's in her divine feminine energy every step of the way, and she's operating from that way. So she's lifting people up. She's being the example of love. She is embodying peace and joy for other people. She is inspiring others to be their highest self as possible, because she's on her highest frequency as a woman. And if you have operated from that, you have built yourself up to operate from your highest frequency, and now your desire is marriage, that means he who finds a wife finds a good thing. Sis, you are the good thing that he has to get on one knee for. We have to understand, we don't need to chase you down for a commitment. If you are a good man, you are going to chase this woman down. So all you have to do, sis, is be in your divinity as a woman. So that means work on you, embody you, love on you, build you up. You don't have to chase no man. If we going towards the good book, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. We should not be chasing men down, begging for a commitment, begging you to get on one knee. That is a man's job, and we have to get back to the natural order of things if we have a desire for marriage.
So, and speaking of that, and I say that to address the people who are looking at the Kevin Samuels of the world, who are looking at the Jacksons of the world, the brother Jacksons of the world, or the Tommy Sotomayors of the world. Though they got a lot of black men out here right now who is blaming,
disrespecting women.
Yeah. So do you see this as do you see these platforms that these big platforms that these men have? Do you see this as a attack and assault on the black woman? Do you think there's an agenda and an attack and an assault to keep the black woman in this lower state, or do you think that black women have actually lowered themselves in this state, and this is an alarm clock from men saying, "Hey, women, this shit done got bad, so much so that the likes of people like Kevin Samuels had to be created." So, is it a little bit of both, or is it?
So I personally take accountability for the women. Why are we entertaining foolishness? Why are we calling these men asking for validation? Women has to stop paying attention.
The reason why they're calling, because the Bible said the man is the head and not the tail.
Well, every
woman wants a man that can actually be the head. That's why men were designed this way. So that's why they was built. That's why they build skyscrapers, and that's why they build engines and jets, and so that they can spearhead and be that forger, like on the TV show Tarzan. Beating on their chest to improve or to impress the woman, like the peacock does when he shines his feathers, right? So women also come with an innate ability, an innate emotional ability to recognize when somebody has a good head on their shoulders, right? So, they got a lot. You got to remember that million subscribers. That's a lot of people with heads on their shoulders that are men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. There are a lot of people who are showing that they don't know, and they are looking for help. All right, even though I know what you're saying, like, hey, why are you guys even looking for validation? Because they don't know. That's why they're looking, right? And why are they looking for the man for help? I know in your world that is probably a foreign concept, but in the average 85%ers world, in the average 85%ers world, that is very much the normal concept. That is very much the normal thing, the normal standard, right? When you see the majority of people that go to church are women. Right? Mm-hmm. When they go to church, they're worshiping a man. When you said God, that was a male deity. When you were talking about God, that wasn't. You say, "Hey, I'm about to go pray to the goddess, and and my sacred femininity, and I'm in touch with my sacred femininity, and I'm praying to the goddess." No, you mentioned God, man, right? God, male, right? So the reason why women go to God, aka the representation of God in masculine form, right, is because the Bible that we worship and the Bible that the deity that we worship is a masculine deity. We live in a patriarchal society. It's a man's world, but it don't mean nothing without a woman or a girl, right? So, you look at this world, and men actually built this shit, right? I know for a fact that ain't no women about to get into no construction worker outfit and build no Empire State Building. They're not about, women didn't build the internet. Women, men, that's what we're designed to do. We're designed to build, and We're designed to till the soil and protect, serve, maintain, sustain, and provide for women, right? So a lot of women are coming to us for that leadership, for that advice, because, you know, it is our job. What do you say, you know, what do you say to the men out here who are failing at the job of leading our community, specifically, you know, our Black women and children, to that next level of Black success? What do you say? You know, what advice do you have to give to, you know, the men who want to be better men and be better leaders and be stronger for our women and stronger for our families and our mothers and our daughters and our sisters and things of that nature?
Listen to a Black woman. If you listen to a Black woman, the Black woman is going to guide you to what you cannot see, because we're the closest to the spiritual realm. So yes, you might can fix with your hands and build with your hands, but we can see things that you can't see, and we can tell the future before it even happens. So listen to a Black woman, because our intuition is much stronger than yours. It's much larger. And
not mine. It ain't stronger than mine. I'm fully Kundalini activated. I think my intuition is better than most women.
You was putting down women. So let me build.
I'm not putting down women. I'm just saying, look, I'm just saying, as a Kundalini spiritual master, one who has united his sacred feminine and united his divine masculine and has ascended into the heights of spiritual guru. No, I know for a fact that my sacred feminine is fully turned on.
But we're not talking about you. We're talking about other men that's not. We're talking about other men.
No, you ain't saying you, because you ain't saying you. I'm sorry.
Don't get, hey, it ain't about you. Don't get offended. I was answering your question, but listen to a Black woman, because our intuition is much stronger than you may even be aware of.
Definitely. I always listen. You know, remember, the reason why I'm this way, because a woman raised me. I listened to my mother. And my mother gave me the game, and this is the reason why I'm the man I am today, because a woman raised this man, right? So I know for a fact, listen to the Black woman, but a lot of brothers don't know to listen to the Black woman. A lot of brothers listen to this music, don't trust these hoes, don't, you know, she ain't, these hoes ain't loyal, and all of these different things, and the songs, and these little young brothers, you know, because you, like I said before, you're in your 20s, so a person that is 19 gonna look up to you. The person that listening to Lil Uzi Vert, a woman who is listening to Megan Thee Stallion, they're going to be like, all right, let me hear what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and a young brother who might want a woman that has that mindset, that's, you know, 27 years old, got a mindset, was raised by both her parents, got a mindset that ain't just poverty mindset. She got enthusiasm and all of these things. You know, I want something like that, but I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to start. So that's why I'm asking you these questions, right? You know, if I was just Joe Blow, plain Jane, didn't know shit from pudding about where to start, what would be your advice? Would you know that you would give me? So definitely, I agree with the advice of listening to the Black woman. You know, but these young brothers out here, you know, these young brothers out here who have been taught to systematically disrespect the Black woman, how do we get back on track? You know, how do we even gain that respect back? Do women gotta step their game up and become goddesses so that we can be like, oh, and bow down, right? Or do men gotta step up and become gods so women can be like, oh, and step up too? Like, what? In my opinion, you know, my opinion has always been, in order for the Black woman and the Black man and the Black family unit to be a cohesive economic and world factor again, Black men have to become gods again, because the goddess is only going to respect that. A goddess is only going to respect what God is doing. And right now we're acting like men and boys. And so, you know, there's a level of stage of manhood that I'm not supposed to even, you say, as a man, you know, I put away the childish things, but we never realized that the Bible said the kingdom of heaven never came, and Jesus told us that we are God. And so we're supposed to graduate from, and he showed you as the Hercules effect, man, got half man, half God in the Bible, right? That little complex, and showing you that, hey, you know, walk like this, talk like this, move like this, you know, lift women up how Jesus would lift women up, and all of these things. So would you suggest that a person that is young, has been taught to disrespect women, you know, a person who ain't trying to hear that, like, what would be your advice to a person who ain't never heard that and that's a foreign concept, but they're about to hear you out for the first time? How you gonna get me as a young ignorant brother to stop disrespecting women? Or how you gonna plant the seed, not stop getting me? Because it's gotta be something I want. But what seed are you gonna plant to me as a young 17, 16, 18-year-old listening to these rappers, seeing all these different black girls do thottish things out here, all of the, all of the thottery that's going on, and that these black men are witnessing from the women, from the females. What seed would you plant to me in order so that I can take the higher road and not see that thottery as the begin all and end all of you?
Can I get my charger real quick?
Go ahead.
Okay, 1 second.
Getting heavy, y'all. Getting heavy. I told you it was gonna get real. I told y'all, man, it's gonna get real. Told y'all it was gonna get real, man. I believe in, I believe in spreading the knowledge, and I come from a world where I'm not supposed to even be here talking to people like her about these type of topics, right? I'm supposed to either, by the statistics, I'm supposed to be dead or in jail. And so, coming from that world, coming from the world of seeing pimps and hustlers and coming from the crack era, seeing, my next door neighbors and my, do horrible, despicable things for crack, like these other people are seeing in the Chicago area, New Orleans area, Miami, and all of these inner cities where a lot of black people, clusters of black people just clump together in these poverty states. But I want to be better. How will I be able to better? How will I be able to better start treating these young black women who are in this position right now of thottery? How do I begin to respect it? Because I know my little partner. His mom was a stripper. His sister do stripping. All of these things. And so he has a different way of looking at females than a person like me who was raised by my mother. Who was taught that the black woman, that God had a mother and the black woman is God too, and all of these things. What do you tell him? What do you even tell somebody like that? Are they a lost cause?
No one is a lost cause if they see the God in themselves, because I believe if you see the God potential in you, black man, then you're going to see the goddess potential in her. So you start to give people the benefit of the doubt. You start to lift people up and raise them up, because sometimes a lot of people just need love. A lot of people need guidance. A lot of people just need a great example. And we're not supposed to tear each other down. It's so unfortunate that it's a war against black men and black women right now, because nobody had a daddy to even guide the household. So everybody's pointing fingers like, men, you should do this, and women, you should do that. And we just all were raised up in a very single parent, unfunctional home. So until we really take the time, that's why I'm really an advocate for it.
Do you plan on doing any counseling, or do you plan on? Do you have any plans on helping the inner city people, the inner city blacks? Do you have any plans on helping them elevate out of their struggles, or creating any programs or systems to help them elevate out of their systematic poverty?
Yes, that's exactly why I have no desire for kids, because my focus is on the kids that's already here. So I want to be that example for the kids that need a black woman to look up to, a woman that they can relate to, because we are just each other's reflection. A lot of people will like you because they see themselves in you. So when you just operate as the excellence that you are, we have to really move on black excellence and stand on black integrity and move with black love, and not just romantic love. And I understand that's where a lot of people's heads go into, but we need to start with brother and sisterly love instead of husband and wife love. We need to start where you my brother, I'm your sister. So now we can really operate from the loving, unconditional space of God that was destined for.
Bad, man. So, and what do you have to say to the young lady out here who You know, she's sliding down the pole, but she want a better way. She's she doing it for the gram. She doing it for the OnlyFans. She out here. She out here. She outside. You know, what do you have? What advice do you have for her?
I would advise my sisters to stop operating from her lowest self. She must have been touched when she was younger to have her act out like this. That's why most people have this promiscuous ways about them, because a lot of people were taken advantage of when they were a child. So now they say, F the world, I'm about to be a savage. Sis, don't turn cold hearted just because somebody was rotten to you. That has nothing to do with you. We have to.
So do you think sex industry workers are sex industry workers because of what happened to them when they were young, or through circumstances of poverty?
It can go down a whole rabbit hole, but
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. This is my hurried theory. Before you say it could go down a big rabbit hole, my theory is the reason why we strip and the reason why we hoe and the reason why we do this because look at the end goal, money. I feel like I never seen a millionaire. You know, I'm a millionaire and I'm about to go be a stripper. You know, no, like I seen a stripper turn millionaire, but I never seen a millionaire turn stripper, right? So, you know, do you think that we are being lazy in how we go about making our dollar, making our money? Or do you think that, you know, it's something in us that says, hey, man, you know, fuck it, this is my only way? Or do you think that's being mentally and emotionally and spiritually lazy and not just, you know, buckling down the hatch, just stay humble, keep going, we want it easy, so fuck it, I'm about to go shake my ass and do something for the gram, I'm about to do this, I'm about to do that. Like, which one do you, or is it a mixture of both?
If we understand that we were born rich, then we will operate from the wealth that we already have within ourselves. The real riches is within everything that we should all desire, like integrity, patience, love, peace. This is the real wealth. The inner peace is the true wealth that can we ever have. But we have been wrapped up in this patriarchal society that is Europeanized. So we're chasing after things that we can't even take with us. So you're going to look back at your life and realize, wow, I chased all this stuff and I can't even take it with us. So we have to start really operating from the spiritual realm to understand what truly matters. And this temple is here to be the vehicle to get you to your destination every single day. So you should treat it like a diamond, as especially as a woman. Your body is truly your temple and it's your diamond. So you should place real care and be gentle with that at all costs, and not just do it for the gram and just do it for money. Money is the bare minimum. Money don't even move me, because it doesn't even move me. And the real energy that should move you is to be an inspiration to those that see you as the highest light being that you are.
Well, definitely, you know, definitely that's a definite principle that I hope we all learn. But you know, coming from these inner cities, we just not taught it, man, and we're given low grade everything. So, you know, that's why I asked you, what would you tell to somebody like that? Because somebody like that is, I attract people like that all the time, and they always, you know, ask me, you know, where do I start? You know, where do I get a foothold in, just so I can get a winning chance to get out of this way that I didn't even know was the wrong way in the first place. I thought this was the way to live. I thought pig feet and pork chops was the diet. I thought, you know, friends with benefits and running trains and all this shit. I just thought that shit we do as youngsters in school and shit, right? I never knew about higher essences and vibrations and hertz frequencies and all this shit you're talking about, right? So, like, you know, so definitely hope that you know, people do. I'm definitely aware that more Black people are waking up to this, and so now we about to almost close out, and I want to get a little bit and pick your brain a little bit. You know, how far does your conspiracy mind go? First and foremost, are you a part of a sorority, fraternity, or secret society?
No.
Okay, and how far does your conspiracy You know, your mind. Your how far does the conspiracy go in your mind? Is it top level movie type shit where you believe the conspiracy going, or you believe I believe half of what I hear, half of what I see? You know, it's a little bit of both.
I think life
Or you
is.
just like not at all. They're just some bullshit, it's just fabrication, people tripping.
Yeah, I think life is a movie. Like this is a one big huge movie and we are living in the matrix, and I believe that right now we're living in the pandemic. This was planned, set
Okay,
in stone.
so this plan, this overall plan, what do you think their overall plan is for us?
To get us further and further away from our godly essence, to cover up our third eye. That's why we have toothpaste that has fluoride in it and deodorant that has aluminum in it. It's trying to get us further and further away from our godlike frequency.
Okay, and so what do you do to what do you have any spiritual practices that you practice to keep a high godlike frequency, like meditation, any kind of one might consider spiritual practices, grounding, meditations, listening to Hers frequencies, affirmations, listening to motivational speeches, or what do you do? Well, what is your main thing? What is your I got to have my day don't go right. My day don't go right if these positive things aren't happening in my world.
All that you name, especially like sun glazing and just getting outside in nature and just connecting with who I am and who my being is. We're so used to doing things instead of just simply being. So what you can really do is sit still.
Are you 420 friendly?
Yes.
So hit the weed. Hit the weed.
Right.
Let me start. Can we about to hit it off? Where you weed at? You got your weed?
No, I don't got any. Pass it.
What you mean? You in the 8 ain't got no gas?
Right. You gotta pass it.
Oh, you lying. I thought you.
But yeah, no, I live a very hippie lifestyle.
Oh, hippie all day. I mean, Jesus was a hippie all day. I already know that for a fact.
I live a very hippie lifestyle.
So, yeah, so how do you feel about psychedelics? Like, shrooms, LSD, DMT, combo medicine, bufo, all of the different shamanic.
So I did eat shrooms before, and my experience was so lovely. It honestly, it honestly just gave me validation of who I am. Like I was with myself, and I was just laughing the whole time. And I realized, like, wow, my spirit is really like this. Like, I'm really a joyful being, just having this human experience. And that's why it's so important to stay childlike, not childish, but childlike. Have fun. Like, we add too many responsibilities to our plate. So that's why we are so serious all the time, but I believe in having fun every single day.
So you did shroom, but you never did like DMT or LSD or anything.
No.
Like that. Okay, so and in your shroom experience, did you come back with some downloads, or was it one time? Was it a one-time thing, or when I did shrooms, I came back with I came back with the formula for miracle food. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's amazing.
So, did you have any genius moments like that on while you were on your shrooms?
Yes, I did. Ended up like recording a podcast because I felt like it was a cheat code that was just being a download and just a cheat code to life, man. Just being your authentic self. And I really feel like I got the cheat code to life because.
Speaking of cheat codes, what is your take on, magic, sorcery, witchcraft, occultism, esoterics, what one might call hocus pocus, EBGBs? I know there's a movement in Atlanta where a lot of black women and a lot of black men are waking up to certain ancestral root practices like libations and lighting incense, crystals, doing spells, sigils, tapping into certain gods of the pantheon of Ifa and tapping into certain old practices and old time religions like ancient Egyptian and ancient Atlantis and Lemuria and things of that nature. What is your take? Because I know you said the occult, the occultic aspect that you learned magic from was the Christianity aspect, right?
I mean, I was raised. Yeah,
You
I
was
was
raised
raised.
Christian,
Yeah,
right?
I was raised in that household. Yeah.
Right. So most of us were raised in the magical cult of Christianity. Another big part of us was raised in the magical cult of Islam. But then you got other people who were raised in Judaism and Hinduism and different practices. So, do you have any? Because in the Bible mentions sage, and the Bible mentions crystals, and the Bible mentions meditate, and the Bible mentions all of the things that we demonize and say are witchcraft today. What do you have to say about? What is your take on that? What is your take on the fact that we call these things witchcraft as Christians, but the very Bible that we read from have these very things that we call bad, and God using them for good in the Bible? Do you have a take on that? Do you believe in magic? Do you use magic, practice sorcery, or anything like that?
So I wouldn't label myself any religion anymore. I'm more so focused on just the embodiment of God and love and just truly being so authentically myself. So I don't do the labels, but I believe in whatever works for you, man. Like that's the thing. It's like about your relationship with God. That's all that matters. Sometimes we need these organized.
But do you practice like any orthodox crafting? Like, right? I know your relationship is with God and Christianity. You were brought up Christianity, but have you ever tried any sigils? Have you ever tried any spells? Have you ever tried any orthodox, magic or sorcery or anything like that to that nature?
No, I have not. But if it works for whoever it works for, that's what it does. Like I feel like everybody should have an intimate relationship with God. Like that's all that's all.
And
that
in order
matters.
to have that intimate relationship with God, one must have that intimate relationship with themselves, right?
Of course.
Okay, bet. So now we're getting off into the last major positive emotion. We did desire, we did faith, we did love, we did sex, we did sex, and we didn't do sex, and we didn't do romance.
We did do those.
No, we didn't, because you asexual, so you don't do sex. Stop that. And we didn't do romance because you asexual, so you don't do romance. But we did desire, we did faith, we did love, enthusiasm, and now we're getting off into the last major positive emotion that a lot of people argue that you shouldn't even use this positive emotion, that this shouldn't even be a positive emotion. I disagree, but what do you have to say about hope?
Hope.
So let me get the definition of hope right quick, because you didn't get educated in this solo poly and shit. What the fuck? I didn't know solo poly. What is a solo poly?
Because people don't, because we're not realizing that it's it's other ways of doing what works for us. We're just taught like one way of thinking, and it's good to explore your sexual desires and not just box yourself in when you know that doesn't work for you.
Okay, so I'm looking at the definition of hope. What is your take on the emotion definition of the act of hope, or the word hope? What is your take on that? Should we have hopes, high hopes, or should we be? Are you on the train of don't have no hopes at all? You just let go of the wheel, just blow in the wind, no hopes, no expectations, no worries. I heard somebody say hope is dead.
I know Dick Gregory told me about ain't no hope. Ain't no hope.
Dick Gregory said ain't no hope. Right? They got a lot of people who preach against hope, and so I'm trying to get your take on where do you value hope in your belief system?
Yes, I have been staying away from that word hope because it sounds like we're wishing. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like we're wishing.
So remember, everything that we talked about today were 7 emotions. Desire is an emotion that we all feel, all of us, right? Faith is an emotion that we all have and use and feel. Love is an emotion, but higher and deeper and goes way deeper than emotional state. But we manifest it and we show it and we express it as an emotional state in our physical bodies. Sex is an emotion. It is an invisible energy that turns into a physical frequency for some people, and everybody transmutes it in their own way. But nonetheless, it's an energy in motion, and it starts in your energy before it ever manifests into copulation. Romance, and these are all energies, right? And so feelings, meaning feelings. So, wishing is not so much as a feeling, so much as a request of mine, where hope is a feeling of expectation and desire for a certainty, for certain things to happen. A feeling of expectation and desire for certain things to happen. A feeling of trust to want something to happen or want something to be the case. So basically, I hope Black people wake up to their divinity like you were talking about. You were talking about waking up to your divinity, getting in that mirror, owning your shit, owning your sugar, owning your whole entire life, deciding, breaking out of the box, spearhead and move forward how God wants you to move forward. But you got to find God on the inside. I hope to ever-loving great grand holy mother, father, and God, whoever, that all people wake up to this realization, even though I know many are called, but few are chosen. I hope that the few who are chosen wake up to this fact as a chosen one. I also hope that through living these principles that you were speaking about, I hope that others emulate, mock, and use these principles to further themselves and copy you, right? So I have high hopes and expectations for our people. Where are you at, on hope? You just hopeless. Fuck it. I'm just about to just, fuck hope. I'm doing something else. I'm gonna tap into this here and here and here, but hope I'm not really gonna fuck with that. Or where are we at in the hope level?
I believe in us. Like, I believe that we will step into our greatness, that we will step into our excellence. So I don't have the hope for it anymore. I believe in us as Black people to start acting right again. That's all we got to do is start acting right. And it's all just by taking accountability, responsibility for ourselves. So this is why I really preach that we are out of order right now, because we are searching for love in all the wrong places when love is right here, baby. So we have to start here, and then everything is going to start clicking from there.
All right. So quick questions and answers before we go. Do you believe in aliens? Yes or no?
They're definitely,
yes or no? Do you believe in extraterrestrial life forms? You're good dancing around the question asking.
Yeah, I definitely believe. I definitely believe it's like humans walking around as animals, aliens, all that.
Do you believe that there are extraterrestrial forms outside of humanity's state and form that exists independent of humanity's state and form?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And they're not from here, and they drive however they travel, whether it's spaceship, dimensional travel, mind travel, whatever, they exist. They're real.
They out there.
Do you believe that these entities are melanated, Black, or do you believe that they're, Caucasian or green or blue, or what do you do you believe that they have a color or a look about themselves, or do you believe that there's these invisible light beings? Or
so I never visualized.
Me, I believe that the alien's Black, but I'm just saying, go ahead.
They're probably giants though.
But do you believe that they're Black giants? Or
I believe they're probably the original man and woman. Yeah.
All right.
The original.
And is Africa really America, and is America really Africa? Did everything really start over here and migrate there? Or did everything start over there and migrate here like we've been told by the man?
Right, man. I believe we was all over the place. You feel me? So I believe we started the whole entire world.
You believe we started the whole entire world? But do you believe we came over here on slave ships?
I believe we were already here.
So you believe that we are? You believe that we are the original Native American?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever researched into your Native American heritage and try to do some digging?
No, I gotta do that.
Okay. Once again, and do you believe there's a conspiracy of human trafficking, pedophilia, rape, racism, necrophiliac, sacrificing babies, and all of the stuff that they show us in our movies? Do you think they're just showing us that in the movie? Or do you think there's a cult of people that actually do that shit for sadistic get out purposes, like on Get Out and shit? You think they do that shit?
That's why I was, yes, that's why women, if women wasn't the prize, why would they be doing this to us?
Why would they be trying to usurp you guys out of you? I'll tell you the only thing, so I can say this on my channel, the only thing in the LGBTQ that's real is the L. Everything else is impersonating. Everything else is copyright infringement. Everything else is borrowing from her, the L. That's the only thing real, actually nature sent and authentic in the LGBTQYFZ elemental P community. And so
I see, as you mentioned of that, because I'm asexual, you feel me? I don't understand why we're making a big deal out of who you sleep with. You feel me? Because
we're making a big deal out of who you sleep with, because they're impressioning our children of sex at an early age, and we, just like you were saying earlier, we shouldn't be over sexualizing. And the reason why you're asexual is because we live in an over sexualized world. The reason why we're worried about, remember, this is a real thing going on. Those people that we were talking about that sliding down the pole or doing that whole, and they were wrong sexually. That's a major positive emotion that is being completely mishandled. If you see in Africa, they got women whose clitorises are being cut completely off. This is a sexual assault all across the board. Okay, so I'm a big person on talking about the elephants in the room, that these touchy subjects, because quite frankly, they're not touching me. I don't feel comfortable in a world where children are being sacrificed. I don't feel cool in a world where people are being raped and it's swept under the rug and nobody is paying for their acts and crimes. So me being a magical sorcerer, me being a high magician, me being a person that battle the powers that be on a daily, I always do carry my sword and my armor of the Lord with proud care. You feel me? As an ordained Christian minister, this is what Christ would want me to do. He would want me to run the money changers up out the temple, for this is my Father's house. So this is what I do as a Christ-like being. I make sure that I walk the Christ-like way, and my church, Holy Trinity Church of our Mother, we make sure that we adhere to the Christ directives. And one of the Christ directives, most definitely, was speaking to the Pharisees and the Sadducees. So that's why I do this. This is why I have this platform, because a lot of people can't do this on their platform and get away with it without being striked or this or that or the third. The only thing I can't talk about, I can't talk about the I can say I got vaccination exemption letters, but I can't say nothing else. That's as far as I can go on that. But
yeah.
With this agenda, and I'm gonna just speak on it. With this Lil Nas X agenda, I was just saying on a video, if I was Nas, I'd be feeling fucking pissed off at why y'all letting this dude take my name. When you shouldn't be suing somebody for calling, that's like somebody calling themselves Lil Chakra Dr. Z.
I heard that he gave him the honor to give that name.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Now,
So
Mr. One Mike, you done messed my whole life up.
Oh yeah,
you done messed my whole life up.
They know what they was doing.
So
they
they
know
know
what they was doing. He co-signed it, the foolishness.
And didn't that happen? Didn't that happen in the ATL? When the
What?
BET was and stuff, that was the ATL.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, do we see where this world is going? Like, and we have the audacity to keep on adding kids up in here when they are having an attack on our kids right now. Like, they're trying to attack their minds.
Right, and so that's why we're focusing on who having sex with who, because y'all have brought this to the child.
Ain't that ridiculous though? Why do we care who you having sex with, who you laying
well,
with?
remember, we keep on talking about sex as if it isn't the most powerful urge that one will feel in a physical body on the face of the planet. There is no more greater powerful urge than the sexual urge. It will be expressed in one way or another, either transmuted or lowly expressed, either or. But it will be expressed. It will have its own expression because it is a invisible energy that drives and fuels your spirit, your soul, and your consciousness. Go look at the statistics of people who are comfortable in their sexuality. They have a way greater success than people who feel ashamed of people who don't have a comfort in their sexuality. So we can get them at the young age feeling uncomfortable about sex. If we get them confused early, if we could get the genders roles changed, because my thing is the only reason why y'all could be doing all this thing because y'all don't, y'all trying to kill something, y'all trying to hurt something. And last time I checked, the Bible says that the devil came to steal, kill, and destroy. Right? And so when I look at what's doing the stealing, what's doing the killing, and what's doing the destroying, I know how to say what is the devil and the Satan of my time.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the main devils and Satan of my time is the misappropriation and the miseducation of sex. And so I'm a big fan of talking about the elephant in the room and clarifying the mice and the fucking roaches and shit. But we're gonna talk about the elephant and clarify the rodents and the insects. But we're gonna cross our T's and dot our I's when it comes to that. So I'm a big fan of, death to pedophilia, death to racism, death to rape. The God in the Bible, I know that as a Caucasian plagiarism of our African spirituality. So fuck Yahweh. I don't fuck with Yahweh like that. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no God gotta ask me to sacrifice no child to prove that I love you. Okay, when you read the Bible, say go kill your child if you love me. That's kind of weird. Abraham, if I was Abraham, I'd been looking like, you want me to go kill Emma Gold for you, nigga? The Bible ain't gonna be created because me and God about to have beef right there. You want me to kill my baby? Oh no, homie. So, I always did as a Christian minister know how to dissect the word and know where the word actually truly comes from. So one of the big things that they showed me in the word was, and just being in the streets and going to jail and showing me that's not a lifestyle for a actual alpha male. You can't be an alpha male and be getting fucked in your butt. You can't. It's impossible. That's the way the Romans used to take over kingdoms. They used to take over the kingdom and they used to butt fuck the king and take his manhood. Because once that happens, that's why they do that in jail. They rape men and all that type of shit in jail, because that is a symbolization. As in a man's world, I'm not talking about female. In a man's world, this is a symbolization of power, whether you have it or don't have it. If you're a type of person that has sexual power, meaning you are good with the ladies, you are good with the men, you are whoever, right? You are put above the people who are not good with the ladies, who are not good with the men, in the realm of courtship and flirting and how to get with the opposite sex. So the reason why we hold this energy so high is because it is the driving force that makes humanity. Without this act, there wouldn't be no humanity, right? It would be just God had to come down and his fingers would be hurting because he had to make everybody one by one, and it wouldn't be no procreation. So that's why we hold it, for those out there who wonder why we hold it so important, is because it is a private part. And that private part should be left up to the decision of the person who has the private. But we completely cross boundaries and we completely cross lines in the world of bringing it to random people's children on TV and on radio and the internet. So And the place where you at, that's that's one of the top places where it's at, right? They call it the Black Hollywood, the new Black Hollywood, right? So you out there where it's popping, me being a magician and me kicking the asses of the motherfuckers and magically kicking asses and taking names. I already know how it's going down. So congratulations to you for being of a sound mind and a sound spirit and a sound body, sound emotions to make the decision to say, this is not the pool where you do that at. I'm about to do the solo poly thing. I'm not about to catch no AIDS. I'm not about to fall. I'm not about to be on no Maury Povich. I'm not about to have me on Maury Povich talking about you fucked no man behind my back. Let me focus on this podcast and let me do my thing, and I'm gonna holler at you later. All right. So I commend you. I commend you for making such a decision that a lot of Black women should make, but don't make. Right? Correcting yourself, perfecting yourself, and then making your decision after you're walking in your perfection, and constantly correcting the perfection, because perfection means it's constant correction. Day after day after day, don't stop. It's a lifestyle until you're gone out of the body. Right? So thank you for blessing this. This is a wonderful talk.
Oh,
in my opinion, you a Libra and you're skating around some questions real politically correct, but I still give you, so I'm gonna ask the audience, what grade do they give her? What grade do they give Tara Chantel Horn's?
This was a test? This was a test?
How straight up do you think Tara Chantel was in answering her questions, or do you think Tara Chantel was being politically correct, going along to get along?
Was this an interrogation, doctor?
No, I like to have fun, man. I like to have fun, and I like to make comedy of the taboo things that we don't like to talk about. She did great. Look, everybody said she got an A+.
I love y'all.
She got an A+.
I love y'all.
Thank
you, Dominique. Connect
Boom.
with me.
JW said she did great.
I love y'all.
Boom. AA said you got a 9 out of 10.
Okay, 9 out of 10. I'll take that.
All right, A++. We got an A++.
I love
so
y'all.
you did your thing. You did it. Chakra Doctor is just the ultimate. Chakra Doctor is just the ultimate conspiracy theorist, and I think you're a CIA agent working for the NSA, working for the KGB, mixed with the Illuminati and the fucking Bilderbergers and everybody, and you just came on here as a... Nah, I'm playing.
Honestly, I really feel like I'm a low-key angel out here, just disguised as a black...
I'm telling you, they be having low-key... Hey, bro, look, people don't be knowing the angels in disguise, man.
I don't want people to know, doctor. That's why.
Because
being an angel.
No, man. And me. I'm calling all angels to the board. Calling all angels, man, to shine y'all light, man. Keep doing what y'all doing. Charlie's Angels was a very popular show that I love. I love the movies, Charlie. Angels. The Victoria's Secret angels. I love them. It's the reason why all of the angels are depicted as sacred, feminine, females, and when the Romans got their hands on it, they turned them into children. But I'm going to speak on, the ancient way it was. And, angels have always been depicted as feminine or sacred feminine, that light, that comfort, that thing. So thank you for dropping in. They say a few people say you got an A+, but they suspect now. They two on my list. I'm watching all y'all. Even my followers. I'm watching all y'all. Angels and demons. I'm watching now because all angels ain't good and all demons ain't bad. Let me chill. Let me stop playing. Let me stop playing. But let me stop playing, man. I had fun today. I had fun today. Thank you for blessing my show. Thank you for giving me energy and have a great, wonderful discussion on the topic. I do love the things that I do love the answers that you gave that were very positive. You made sure that you stayed in the positive. You made sure that you didn't really highlight the negative and you kept going back to the positive. You kept reverting it back to the positive. I love that. Yes, it was a test. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. And I know angels when I say I was just me and Owen was just talking about the light side and the dark side of the Illuminati. And we were just talking about it as a chessboard. And, you know, just like they got motherfuckers out here that's doing all this evil shit, they got motherfuckers that's out here doing good in the work of the righteous as well. And those works got to get exposed as well as these other, you know, evil exposures. So thank you for having me on your podcast. And why I ain't see my podcast on your podcast? I went and looked for it.
I gotta send it to you because it's right on there.
No, I think you got it on one of them, but you ain't got it on the Spotify or something. I went and looked. I think it ain't on Apple. I went look on Apple.
I'm gonna send it to you.
My episode not on the Apple one.
I'm about to send it right to your phone.
I'm gonna go send a screen. I'm gonna go get the screenshot. I go get the screenshot.
I'm gonna send it right to your phone.
All right, man. So thank you. I appreciate it, love.
Thank you.
Hold up. So anything you got left to tell the people? Any plugs? Anything you got doing? You know, do your solo thing before we get up out of here.
Thank you, family, so much for just tuning in to this amazing dialogue. It was so much fun. Stay connected on all platforms. TERA Chantelle, please send an email, terachantelle1@gmail.com. And I look forward to just continue to build with you. Thank you, Dominique, my love. Oh, I appreciate y'all, family, so much. We are truly like in at all right now for all the love, and you know it's all God. I just got to give God all the credit. All glory to God. And thank you, Doctor, for the opportunity. Much love and peace and happiness your way.
All day, every day. Until next time, over and out.
Peace.
Yeah, we in the building. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. You know, I'm in the cut. That was a beautiful dialogue. You know, beautiful perspective, beautiful exchanges between black people. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just see me. You know, it was a beautiful exchange with the white guy, right? Beautiful exchange with the black woman. You know, that's what it's all about. Being able to articulate these beautiful exchanges. They both were talking about basically the same thing tonight, man. You know, owning your shit. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that you know that all is in the all, but you see how they, you see how they still kept it light and politically correct because they can't give you the whole game. They gotta let you play it for yourself, right? So you know, you see the truth, you see the integrity, but at the same time, you seen the secret. I was trying to get it out of them, y'all. I was trying to get it out of them. It was, you know, you entertaining. But she put it in perspective. Well, you know, can't tell everybody I'm an angel now. Y'all take how you can't tell everybody I'm an angel now. You feel me? So can't tell everybody I'm an angel now. That's what she said. I be telling everybody I'm an angel, man. Shit, I'm a fucking angel, nigga. Tripping. Crazy. Nah, man. But thank everybody for tuning in. About to get on, folks. I get spit on, but before I do, I want to kick it with y'all right quick and hit some weed and talk to y'all right quick for another about 3 minutes. And I got about 6 minutes because I want to go off at like a magical number, like at 2:33 or something. You know what I mean? And that'll be it. You know, how y'all liking how everything progressing, man? What's going on? Great interview, Chakra. Thank you, North X, man. You gotta call me, man. You gotta call me so I can activate your chakras or do something for you, man. I'm loving the energy you putting forth. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, man. The magic is real. Definitely the magic is real. I always implore people to start going and traveling inside of yourself, that's where the magic lives, because that's where God lives. So before I go out, I'm about to lay up there and make sure I sip one for y'all. And, you know, we're going to have more people on. I got some more people coming on. Y'all going to see the schedule. Y'all going to see the schedule coming up. I got the Black Goddess Healing coming on next month, I believe. I got who else I got? I got Robin Shine. She coming on. You know me. I be knowing doctors and like people who be doing stuff like that's positive in life and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because even though I came from that other world, I transitioned into a positive state of being in a positive life. Dominic, better days ahead, God plan. Would you be available for a free reading after the live? Will I be available for a free reading? I give you a free, Dominic, I give you a free reading with the goddamn, in my goddamn email. You better get your duckies. You better get your duckies if you want a reading, because I give you readings in your email. Pump. But I want to drink. I want to drink to everybody out there who are showing love. Dominique, let me see how you ever donated, Dominique? You ever paid for something, girl? Dude, I'm sorry. Dude or girl, I don't know if you're a man or a female. I can't see the emoji. But talking about you got time for a free read. I'll give you free readings all in your email. Dominic Roberts, I recognize that name. Always get free reading. A day, I give you a free reading. A day, I give you a free reading. So we're about to hit this weed and proceed to give everybody what they need. You understand me? You underdig me? You underfeel me? And we came in with that Chakra Dr. Prophet, and we're gonna leave out with that Chakra Dr. Prophet. This song is very dear to my heart. This song, I wrote this song right here. So I wrote this song right here. I received. Okay, I wrote this song right here. Where is it? Hold on, let me find it before I do two things at one time. One track mine. Okay. Hold up. I'm looking for my song, y'all. Oh, here you go. All right, so I wrote this song. The name of the song is called RRR. Real Recognize Real. Get him. No, sir. Unfortunately, I'm a male. I was just wondering because I saw the other live and how everyone picked numbers. But I understand. Oh, you said, yeah, you could. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. Next time I pick. That's what I'll do for you. I'll pick a number for you. Pick a number 1 through 30. Pick a number 1 through 30, and I'm gonna give you your reading before I leave out, and that's how I'm gonna leave out. Giving. I'm gonna leave out giving. So yeah, you can get a free reading right now on live. I'm gonna get you one right now. You're the only one. Everybody else, I'm just doing it for Dominique because he asked. You feel me? And I'm about to play my Real Recognize Real. So I wrote this song. And this song I wrote this song, if I'm not mistaken, I wrote this song like in 2016. I think I wrote this song in like 2016. So, but I didn't record it until later on in life. But it's old to me, but it's new to y'all. See, I never heard it. So this is called Real Recognize Real. Check this out. Bet this out.
Real, recognize real. Realness was struggle defined by the culture of nature. Unlocked from the body, blindness removed, validity consumed, gloom pierced by the concrete, infected through the urban mind state in a mind sweet. Gods and prophets will fall, the rest conform. Listen to the storms and the rage perfected.
You better say they love me, but I can't love them. No, niggas say they trust me, but I can't trust them. No, gotta keep it silent and remain humble. I chill with these tigers and these lions in this big jungle. Niggas say they real, but they not real. Cause nigga, I'm real and the real recognize real. 40 with the dick, yeah, you with it, yeah, you all chill.
Dominique, pick a number 1 through 84. Pick a number 1 through 84.
I can run up on your pussy, nigga, cop deals. I would never ever wear a dress. I would never take a stand, nigga. When I'm climbing up the ladder of success, you can bet I will never kiss a man, nigga. I will never be a snitch again. Cause we know that ain't no man, nigga. If you got a problem, just say it. But yeah, cause it's straight like a train with the law. Up in this world, if you got me, your kindness, they take it away. Take it away. They took my kindness, but they fucked around and they shit it on me. Shit it on me. I'm the king, how you niggas and bitches gon' say, and bitches gon' say. Cause when the angels surrounded by demons turns into a beast. Get it back, get it back. Niggas say they love me, but I can't love them. Oh, bitches say they trust me, but I can't trust them. Oh, gotta keep it silent and remain humble. I'm chill with these tigers and these lions and they breed. Niggas say they real, but they not real. Cause nigga, I'm real and the real recognize real. 40 with the dick, yeah, you with it, yeah, you out here. Crack a run up on your pussy, nigga, cocktails. Let me out the cage, I'ma bite, nigga. Like, put me in that ring, I'ma fight, nigga. Wait, put me in that lab, I'm alright, nigga. Come up with a hit, I bet we blow up overnight, nigga. Put me in that water, I'ma swim with your big shark tank. Take a look up at the fins, nigga. Wow, 5 cents, 20 figures to them fucking hundreds. When lose a drop, I'ma keep a fucking honey, yeah. Up in this world, when you real, if you real, then you get no glory. Get no glory. I showed all of my love, all you did was just hate on me. Hate on me. Now that I'm showing you all of the things you initially showed me. You showed me. Tigers and lions turn sheep and the sheep get devoured by beasts. Get it back, get it back.
Give me, say they got me there.
You already know. About to start, I'm about to give you a reading. I got your shit. Boom. You ready? So, this world can be a scary world for a soul. Understanding that we got to work for our money, we got to do what we got to do that is necessary to provide for our families, provide for ourselves, provide for our loved ones, still be happy, still take it in stride, and still thrive and do better than survive. The world can be a crazy place. So, right now, in your crazy place, Dominic, it is time for you to start developing a power in the faith of abundance. You know, it's time for you to break out of the I don't have mind state. It's time for you to break out of the mind state where you are putting yourself and speaking upon yourself the things that you don't even want for yourself. A lot of times, I got to be the thought police on you guys, the word police on you guys. Why? Because y'all say things and y'all do things and think things that are literally, goes against everything that you want to be. Nigga want to be rich and be like, I ain't got it right now. Nigga won't be fucking balling. Nigga won't be balling and penny pinchers. You can't be a balling penny pincher. You either gonna ball or you gonna penny pinch. There's a difference between saving and penny pinching. Saving is saving. I'm gonna take this chunk of change, I'm gonna say this. Penny pinching is worrying about every single penny, every single coin that gets spent. You're not in a state of abundance, you're in a state of lack or a state of scarcity. So it's time for you to have faith in abundance that the universe is gonna do for you what you been promised already, basically. Things that you've been promised already, the things that you are trying to experience, your career, the places that you're trying to go, the things that you're trying to do, the things that you're trying to possess. All of these things are right beyond your grasp. All of these things are right in your hands' grasp. All you got to do is have faith and believe so that it can be so. Faith without works is dead. Sitting on your ass waiting for the faith to drop in your lap is not going to work. Waiting for the faith to come and knock on your door is not going to fucking work. You're going to have to get up, sacrifice your time, sacrifice your energy. Stop worrying about what can't be done. Stop worrying about how it's not going to get done. Stop worrying about what happened and didn't happen. Stop worrying about all of the odds that are against you, and start focusing on the power that is within you. Start focusing on the things that you can do to make your day a better day every day, and it's all up to you. And like we were just talking about, if you don't own your happiness, you'll never be happy. If you don't own the smile, if you don't own the attitude, I don't give a fuck if you came from the roughest and craziest background and you didn't have two parents that instilled it in you. You got to train yourself to do it. Okay, but there is a magical principle behind being happy and enthusiastic about your life at all costs, placing faith in that which you expect to happen for your life. If you expect shit to happen for your life, stop second guessing yourself, stop second guessing your team, stop second guessing everybody around you. Place faith in the things that you've been placed, have strength in, put strength in the faith that you have placed faith in, and the things that you have placed faith in. And now let go, let God, keep it pushing, keep it moving forward, do something positive. I don't care what it is. Make sure it's every day. Make sure it's nonstop until you get it right. Don't give a fuck if it take a year. Don't give a fuck if it take 2 years. Don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if it take you 10 years to perfect yourself. Perfect yourself, correct yourself, check yourself 10 times over before you step out and say this, that, the third, and the thing. That's what this talk about. Faith in abundance. That means if you landed on faith in abundance, that means you lacking faith in abundance. That means you're thinking with the scarcity mind state. That means you don't know where your next dollar gonna come from, and it got you worried. That means you ain't saying you ain't got your fucking pipe with your fucking lighter, with your fucking weed. Like fuck that shit. See, you ain't got your fuck. Are you hitting the weed? Saying fuck that shit. God gonna make a way out of no way. Because that's what God do. God is the one that took fucking humans and turned them from nothing to something out of the dust of the motherfucking clay of the earth, huh? Isn't that the same? You don't have faith in the same God that created this motherfucker? See, now I'm getting on y'all for not having faith in God. See, because last time I checked, the Lord said, I created this for you. What you waiting on? What the fuck you waiting on? Stop waiting on God to move for you, and you motherfuckers need to move for fucking God. God don't need to move for y'all no more. God don't need to do shit for humans no more. God need to sit back, fall back, don't say nothing, sit in his fucking chair, and don't do shit for you humans no fucking more. Because he's already placed the blueprint to success in you motherfuckers, and you just ain't tapping into it. That ain't God's fault, that's yours. Period. If you ain't successful in life, don't blame God, don't blame the devil. That's your fault because you have the power of both the God and the devil. See? So in the end, when it's all said and done, Dominique, what are you reading? What are you doing? What are you listening to? What are you telling yourself? How many daily? Tell me 7 positive things you do right now, every day, as a fucking rule and a habit, if you're serious about changing your life, nigga. 7 things you do every day as a rule and a habit, or your day don't go right. Go. Right off the top of your head. Every day. I do it every day at this time. It never fails. My body is used to it. My mind is used to it. My day don't go right if I don't have it, and it's positive. Go. 7 of them. If you ain't got 7 immediate positive actions, positive habits that you can do every day, that you do every day, just because you love to do it, not because you're trying to get something in the reward, just because you love to feel positive, just because you love to be positive, just because you want to be positive and not negative, and you got these 7 things that you do every day to make sure that you're positive and not negative, go. And you practice it religiously at this day, at this time, every day. Everybody know you do it. Everybody familiar with you doing it. So much so that they be like, all right, that's just you. That's just what you do. Go. If you ain't got that as a motherfucker, if you ain't got that in your life as a man, go in your cocoon, humble yourself, and sharpen your skills. All men who watching this. If you ain't got 7 to 10 positive, immediate positive things that you do every day as a habit, it's so habitual, you don't even know you do it. That's a habit. When it's so habitual, you forgot that you even do it. I honestly can't think of 7. You honestly need to step your game up. Because you got 7 chakras. You got 7 days in the week. The letter G which starts with the word God, and the letter G of Freemasonry is the 7th letter. G. See? You niggas gonna be gangsters. G's. But you ain't got 7 things to show me that you gangster. You vegan, Doc? Yeah, man. I'm vegan, mostly raw vegan. And I'm working my way into just only juicing and water, and eventually breatharianism, where it's just water and sunlight like a fucking plant. And then the sky's the limit from there, man. I'm trying to tap into some superhuman abilities, metahuman abilities in this lifetime, so that everybody can see that the human being is a superhuman being. We just got to tap into it and get up off our ass if we plan to wake it up. And so and we have to use magic, sorcery, activating our chakras, working hard, loving ourselves, and all of the other shit that we don't like to do in order to maintain and get it. So it is definite. I'm raw vegan, meaning no cooked food, right? And if I do eat cooked food, so they got 365 days out of the year. 300 of them days, I'm not eating no cooked food. 300 of them days is either raw food or no food or just juice, tea, and water only. And that's just a rough estimate. It might be more than 65. It might be more than 300. It might be 325 or 340. But I know out the year, over 300 days a year, 300 days a year, I'm not fucking with that cook shit. 300 days, more than 300. I promised myself, and I'm not gonna fuck with that cooked food. It got to be alive when it enters into my mouth. It can't be dead and cooked. What's a good way to maintain weight on a raw vegan diet? Shit, what you mean, nigga? You ready? You ready for the kicker? You know the proper way to gain weight on a raw vegan diet? Just by simply eating the raw vegan diet. Simply by eating the raw vegan diet. What I mean, pig out. A lot of y'all go raw vegan and y'all don't like to pig out. Y'all don't like to pig out like y'all did on the pizza. Y'all don't like to pig out like y'all did on the goddamn cereal. Y'all don't like to pig out like y'all did on the fucking jambalaya and the crawfish and the crabs and the po' boy sandwiches and and the roux Chris and the steakhouse. Y'all don't like to go ham on the vegetables. Y'all don't like to go ham on the vegetables. No pun intended. But y'all don't like to go ham. Y'all don't like to go turkey on the vegetables. You got to go ham on the vegetables. You got to go ham on the raw. When I say ham, meaning you got to go intake, get full, get a fat belly, and you're going to gain the right weight in the proper places and lose it in all the places that you need to lose it in. And trust me, if you eat a raw vegan diet and you lose weight, trust me, that wasn't good weight that you lost. That was bad weight that you lost. So y'all so obsessed with keeping y'all weight, but y'all not keeping on. That's not healthy weight that you guys are gaining to be keeping on in the first place. If you go raw vegan like the Garden of Eden in nature and start eating apples and fucking oranges and pears and all of the arrangement of fruits, all the arrangement of raw vegetables, nuts, seeds, water, cold pressed juice, and you just start doing it, that and that only, you start losing weight. That wasn't no positive weight you had on. That wasn't no healthy fat you had on in the first place. That's why I left and that's why I left and the diet exterminated it. So if you switch to a vegan diet and it makes you lose weight, that wasn't healthy fat you had on in the first place. You want to lose unhealthy people. Why do we think that being big is a sign of health? When all of us, DMX was big and he just died at 50. Huh? Think about this. Why do we equate being big with pot bellies, obese, as a sign of health? Tell me this. Can anybody answer this for me? You go to certain Africa and so go to Jamaica where the islands are. Ain't no fucking fat Jamaicans and shit. Ain't no fucking fat Africans and shit. Think about this shit, man. You go to Africa, ain't no fucking big fat obese Africans just running around obese like that because they ate too many motherfucking lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, this bitch. So We are miseducated that size and weight and all this shit means hell no, motherfucker. What you put in your body, your energy output, what you tell your mind and your spirit and your soul, nigga, is determines your fucking weight class. Not how much you weigh. What determines your weight class is how much you output, how much you are able to perfect yourself and produce that perfection into society. That's your weight class. Heavyweight people are able to impact a whole world, the whole globe. There are some people able to impact their household. There are some people able to impact their neighborhood. There are some people able to impact their country. Some people able to impact their state, their locale. Everybody has their own sphere of influence. But is steaming veggies considered raw still? Kind of, sort of, kind of, depending on how much you're steaming. But steaming, no, nah, you cooking, nah. Soon as you put that steam to it, you didn't put murder on the nutrients. So it's not as bad as cooked veggies. It's not as bad. Steaming is not as bad as cooked veggies. You still got some nutrient content left after steaming, but cooked veggies, you're definitely just killing the vegetable, and it's a useless vegetable. It's dead. All of the properties are dead, cooked out of it, and you're eating the leftover skin that used to house the minerals. The leftover body that used to house the plant minerals. That's all you're eating. Not eating any, you're literally eating the equivalent of what one might call junk food. It's dead. You're a living body with living cells and living properties. You eat living food. You're going to start living better. Start seeing life in a different aspect simply because you're eating life better, right? You don't have to cook life to understand life. You can grab life straight off her tree and digest her from her earth right into your body. Understand her from her perspective and not from the perspective you want her in, fried, dyed, and laid to the fucking side. See? Understand life from her perspective and you'll see life from a different perspective. We keep trying to see life from our perspective. And life keep telling you, I am my own me. You're trying to live me. I'm not trying to live you. So definitely, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. I hope you got something out to read, bro. And as a famous friend who I was locked up with used to say, I'm about to get on before I get spit on. You already know. Talk to y'all later. One.